expected. I didn't sense that same nervousness with Anton because I think he was just thrown into the fire, and it just happened literally within 24 hours. This has been kind of building for Sasha, and he's been around the team for a week, which is great because he's learning the systems, but he's also chomping at the bit. So I think the best thing he could do is to get out there, get on the body, get a hit, get a shot, and just feel like you're a part of it right away.
I'm really curious to see what kind of player we're going to get in Boisvert, because he had such a sensational freshman season at North Dakota and then ends up transferring to BU. Probably not really what he wanted to do because North Dakota ended up relieving their head coach of their duties. And so maybe it was just kind of a year that Sasha wasn't expecting, just kind of went sideways for him. But he has a lot of bite to his game, and there's a lot of skill there that we saw in his freshman year. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's really chomping at the bit to kind of put this year in college behind him and kind of, as he turns pro, be more the player that we saw his freshman year at North Dakota.
Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it. And when you think about it, Charlie, and you look at this team, and we talk about the Blackhawks all the time, that's something they do lack, is bite, especially up front. And, especially after the fact that we lost Nick Foligno up front. Colton Dock brought a little bit of bite. But without those two guys, there's not a lot of intimidators out there. And I love the way that Jeff Blashill phrased it in his great interview with John Weideman. He wants them to be a disruptor. And I call them shift disturbers, pardon the pun. But, you want a guy out there who the other team has the puck. They're always looking over their shoulder because they're worried about getting run through the end boards or being hit. And he won't be afraid to drop the gloves because I know his dad owns a boxing club. I think he's a boxing coach. I talked to him briefly this morning about that, and he also said that his uncle's a Taekwondo expert and teaches Taekwondo. So if push comes to shove, I think Sasha will certainly be there. Now, you're right. He hasn't filled out yet. He's 6'3", 6'2", 6'3". He's still going to put on some man muscle, but he's got quick hands, and that's all you need when you drop the gloves is to have quick hands. So if push comes to shove out there, I would not be surprised one bit if number 12 drops the mitts.
You know who dropped the mitts in their NHL debut was Andrew Shaw. Now, I know different kind of players. Shaw is, more scrappy. That's just his style. But I wouldn't be surprised if there is an opportunity for a Boisvert to kind of get into a scrum. Like, I think he's going to want to make a physical presence early in this game.
I think he will too. I mean, that's part of his game. And when the coach says, I want him to be a power forward, I want him to be a disruptor out there, the coaching staff is talking to him about that. And the identity of this team right now is they play hard, they play fast, but they're not overly physical. And hey, listen, we've talked about this a number of times, Charlie. Intimidation is still a big part of NHL hockey. And part of the reason the Florida Panthers won 2 consecutive Stanley Cups is, they pushed some guys around and they made some other guys, not want to have the puck. So I think Sasha could be that kind of guy. Listen, he just turned 20 last week. A week ago today, he turned 20 years of age. So he's barely out of being a teenager. Let's not expect too much from him, but I think he does want to make an impression. And the best way to make an impression is to get on the body. And you know what? Philadelphia is still one of those teams that, they're old school. They still have a little bit of the Broad Street bully in them. They're going to push back too. So if they see a guy running around, I'm sure they'll write up a dance card, and I wouldn't be surprised one bit if Sasha Boisvert does not deny the dance.
Staying on the young guys theme, we talk about Frondel, we talk about Boisvert. How about the play of Nick Lardis in the last couple games, specifically the last one where he maybe was his best game as a Blackhawk, Steve? I know on the score sheet he had 3 points, but it just felt like he was skating with confidence on some of the goals, an assist too. Like he's strong on the forecheck, steals the puck, gives it to I think it was Bertuzzi or Nazar, whichever it was Nazar, I think it was. So I thought away from the puck too, Lardis was really solid. What have you thought about his game over the last couple being on that second line now?
Yeah, well, that's a great observation by you. Listen, I talked to him before the game yesterday, a couple of days ago against the Islanders. I said, you got the player interview bump because remember we had him on between periods.
Oh yeah,
back against the Predators, and he scored in that game. So I talked to him that morning. He scores again. So this morning, of course, I had to talk to him again, and we talked a little bit about being together with those guys. And he says the chemistry, he says he feels it already with Nazar and Bertuzzi. He said they had maybe a period together against Colorado, and then a full game against Nashville, a full game against the Islanders. And you're right, he is. I just kind of noticed that the puck was following him around in that hockey game. That's a great sign. When the puck is following you around, that means you know where the puck's going to be. That's hard to do, but guys with high hockey IQs manage that and know how to do it. And that's what I saw from Nick Lardis last game. So he also talked about the confidence now, and he said getting that goal early really helped his confidence, and he thought it helped the line too. But when you think about it, those three guys, they kind of think the same. Nazar obviously with the great speed, but he's got a good hockey IQ, and Bert, Tyler Bertuzzi, he might not look, it might not look pretty out there with him, but boy, he's effective. He gets the job done. He wins a lot of loose pucks, a lot of 50-50 pucks. We talk about it along the boards. And if you can do that, and you've got two gunners like Nazar and Lards hanging around the front of the net, you're going to get some action. You're going to get some goals.
All right, hopefully we get some more goals, and we got some banditos to talk about and get the read for Chelly. All right, how about that?
Sounds good. Yeah, and let's celebrate with a bottle at the end of the year.
All right, let's do it. All right, that's going to do it for the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show. John Weideman and Steve Conroy have your call coming up next. You're listening to Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or united.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Flooded basement, clogged toilet, whether it's a plumbing emergency or a simple repair, Plumbers 911 is your trusted source for the best plumbers. All licensed, insured, and trained members of Local 130. Call 1-833-PLUM-911 and you'll instantly be connected with a trusted union contractor like PDM Plumbing in Joliet. Wherever you are in Chicagoland, the Plumbers 911 contractor is nearby. Call 1-833-PLUM-911. Plumbers 911. They get the job right the first time.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Are you tired of looking at your old, cracked, dirty, and stained garage floor? You need a clean, gleaming, stain-resistant garage floor. Bob Surratt, why don't you call my friends at Encore Concrete Coatings? They are definitely the most reliable, professional, highest-rated concrete floor coating company out there. Encore Concrete Coatings will give you a new, refreshed, decorative showroom garage floor in just 1 day. One that's both durable and affordable. They'll even move your stuff in and out of the garage. Check out the pictures of their work at myonedayfloor.com. Schedule a free, no-pressure estimate. Call 847-594-0034. They service Illinois, also Indiana and Wisconsin. And you'll get a lifetime transferable warranty. Mention WGN and you'll get 20% off. 847-594-0034. They do basements, pool decks, patios, and commercial floors too. Go to myonedayfloor.com now. Floor MS, call the best. Encore Concrete Coatings. Tell them Bob sent you.
WGN Chicago is your radio home for the Hawks, the Cats, March Madness, and the Indy 500. On air and on smart devices worldwide. Chicago Blackhawks hockey. A blue-collar city built on work and pride. A team built with speed, skill, and heart. From the roar of the crowd to the echo of the horn. These boys show up every night.
Every night?
Every night.
From the puck drop to the final horn. Welcome to BLACKHAWKS Hockey.
Game time!
With the call of the game, here's John Whiteman and Steve Conroy.
The Chicago Blackhawks Eastern Roadie continues tonight in the city of brotherly love as they battle the desperate Philadelphia Flyers team that still has the belief they can make the playoffs. And though they're 5 points out of the last wild card spot, the Flyboys feel they have a legit shot. So, after interrupting the playoff pursuits on Long Island of the New York Islanders, the Hawks can put the Flyers' playoff hopes pretty much out of reach. Hi again, everyone. John Whiteman along with Steve Conroy. We are here in Philadelphia at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. And tonight, the Blackhawks will take on the Philadelphia Flyers for the second and final time this season, Steve. And I believe that the Philadelphia Flyers will be a similar kind of an opponent to the Blackhawks that the Islanders were. They're in that position where they've got to win games to ensure their trip to the postseason. And it's really in jeopardy here in Philadelphia, much more than it was on Long Island. I think a win here tonight by the Blackhawks might create a little bit of doubt in that Flyer dressing room where right now there's belief.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. They lost a very important game here last time they played a couple of nights ago against the team that they're really trying to catch, the Columbus Blue Jackets. And as a result of that, they now trail the Ottawa Senators by 5 points for that final wild card spot, the second wild card spot. And the problem is they got to also leapfrog three other teams. So
sure.
That all being said, their head coach, Rick Tocchet, he was happy with the effort. He wasn't happy with the results. And he thought for the most part they outplayed that Columbus Blue Jacket team. They just didn't take advantage of their advantages. And they had a penalty shot in that game that they didn't score on. They had a breakaway in the game that they did not score on. They had a number of really good scoring opportunities. So watch for this team to be, bearing down, coming hard. They're a hard forechecking team. They like to play physical. They don't like to waste shots either. They like to wait until they get the perfect position to take their shots.
Right. Well, Steve, we have had the good fortune of seeing Anton Frondell in his NHL debut. He picked up an assist the other night on Long Island. And tonight we're going to see Sasha Boisvert, another first-round pick of the Chicago Blackhawks, make his NHL debut. It's late in the season, but I think it's very meaningful for a young man like that to get a taste of the NHL and find out how the Blackhawks do things so that when training camp comes around next year, along with Anton Frondell, he's going to have more of a clue. And I hate to say have a clue when it comes to a young man trying to figure things out in the NHL. But really, when you think about it, that's kind of the way it is.
Well, it has to be. I mean, you can talk about playing in the NHL. You can talk about how you have to train, but until you taste it, you don't really know what it takes. So this is an excellent opportunity here. You know, they still have, a month of playing before the end of the regular season, and he should be a part of it. And he will realize what he has to work on when he goes back to Quebec to work on in the offseason. That all being said, I expect him to fit in very well. We saw him this morning, John. He's a great skater.
Sure.
He's got an excellent shot. And I think his mentality is, if I want to make this team, I've got to be a difference maker. And I think he's going to really try and be a difference maker in this contest.
I won't be surprised. You and Charlie were talking about it as well. I won't be surprised if Sasha, possibly on his first shift, decides to find a dance partner. And you know what? He's going to get the attention of everybody in the Blackhawks organization for sure.
Yeah, and when you think about it, the Blackhawks kind of lack in that department, the toughness department, the guys who are willing to be a little extra physical. He's going to be a disruptor out there, and intimidation is still a big part of NHL hockey. I don't care what anyone says, and I think that's what they're hoping that he grows into.
Now, Steve, you mentioned the Flyers forecheck in conversation with Charlie. I want to go to that because I believe that could factor into tonight's game. The Blackhawks defense is young, and I'm not going to say they're completely inexperienced. You've got Alex Vlasic, who has played a number of games here in Philadelphia, but among the remaining Blackhawk defenders, because of the absence of Matt Grzelcyk, the age on this team skews very young as far really overall, but insofar as their defensive contingent is concerned. And I think a game like tonight might be kind of an eye-opener.
I think Alex Vlasic and Louis Crevier, the two oldest guys, at 24 years of age.
Yeah.
And you got a bunch of other guys who are 20 and 21 and 22. So I agree. I've noticed other teams try to intimidate the Blackhawks that way. And the thing I love about our defense, John, first of all, they're mobile. They can move for big guys, and they know how to protect the puck. So I don't think they're going to get run out of the building, and I just really like the way that they've been breaking the puck out over the last dozen or so games.
And one last thing I'll mention here. The last time these two teams met was back in December, right before Christmas. The Flyers prevailed 3-1. That was actually a one-goal loss. The Flyers got an empty net goal. But on that night, the Blackhawks had their best face-off win percentage night at 62%. Ryan Donato was 8 for 10 alone. Possibly that could play a major role in this game here tonight.
Could be. You know what I also noticed about that game, John? Connor Bedard and Frank Nazar both out of the lineup. They were both injured at the time, so they didn't have the use of their number 1 and number 2 center. So that should make a difference tonight.
All right, let's get to who's going to deliver. It's sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Air Conditioning. Electric heat pumps for a better environment inside and out. Visit getacomfyhome.com. I'm going with the low-hanging fruit. I'm going with Sasha Boisvert in his National Hockey League debut. Steve and I would love to see him score his first NHL goal in his NHL debut. And, oh, by the way, if he happens to decide to drop the gauntlets and have a go, well, that's 2/3 of the Gordie Howe hat trick. And Charlie was talking about this a little while in his segment of the pregame show. Andrew Shaw made his debut on this ice surface. I had the call with Troy Murray that afternoon, and Andrew Shaw had a go with Daniel Carcillo, who ended up joining the Blackhawks for the 2013 and 2015 Cup run. So Shawzy was only missing an assist. He had a goal and a fight. He was looking for that assist to get the Gordie on his opening night. But Sasha Boisvert is going to be my guy. Keys for the game, sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Steve's got your keys.
Well, John, first off, a fast start in Philly. Mentioned the Philadelphia Flyers lost their last home game to the Columbus Blue Jackets. There were some jeers. There was some boos from the home fans. Imagine that, Philadelphia booing the home team. They did. Maybe jump on them early. I think this team, the Philadelphia Flyers, will feel the pressure. Secondly, youthful enthusiasm is contagious. Believe it or not, the Blackhawks tonight are dressing 12 guys 23 years of age and younger.
Right.
And it's the the second game of Anton Frondel, first game of Sasha Boisvert. That should help energize the team. And finally, welcome to the Bigs, Sasha Boisvert. His first NHL game. We heard from the head coach, Jeff Blashill. He's a disruptor. He should be hard on the forecheck. He's going to finish his checks. He's going to go hard to the net. And hard to believe he just turned 20 years of age a week ago today. So I think he'll be a difference maker in this hockey game.
This team and this league is getting younger and younger and younger. All right, Steve, who are you banking on tonight? Sponsored by Marquette Bank. Love where you bank. Celebrating 80 years of neighborhood banking.
John, I'm going to take the guy you took last game. He had his first NHL game. He had his first NHL assist. I think Anton Frondel will get his first NHL goal tonight. At least I hope so. The first game is under the rug. He's done with it. All the nerves are gone. Now he can concentrate on playing hockey. I think that's what he does tonight.
All right, I like it. Well, the stage has been set. The Blackhawks and the Philadelphia Flyers will have at it here momentarily. Right now there's some pregame introductions going on. And big sports day here in the city of Philadelphia. The Phillies started their season across the way. By the way, this complex, in case you're not familiar, it's the Flyers and Sixers building that we're in right now. Across the street is where the Eagles play, and just across the street and a parking lot over is where the Phillies play. It's all contained inside of a quarter square mile. It's very well done, easily accessible, and as I said, the Phillies played. Now it's the Flyers' turn here tonight. So anyway, we'll keep her going. Stage has been set, as I said. The teams have lined up on their respective blue lines, and we'll have hockey momentarily. Right now, we're going to send it down to ice level, and we're going to pick up our anthem singer. Hawks fans, it's either going to be God Bless America or our national anthem. Either way, Hawks fans, please enjoy.
At this time, we ask you to rise, remove your hats, and welcome members of the Cherry Hill West, New Jersey, 781st Air Unit Force Junior ROTC, who are presenting tonight's colors. And remain standing as we ask all military and veterans to render a hand salute to our flag. And welcome the number one ranked anthemist in the NHL, our very own Lauren Hart, accompanied by organist Michael Brickworth, as she sings the Star Spangled Banner.
broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous sky. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, stand as that star-spangled banner yet waves. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You just heard Miss Lauren Hart. She is the daughter of Gene Hart, who used to call the games on the radio and the TV for the Philadelphia Flyers. Lauren, one of the great voices, truly one of the great voices in the National Hockey League. Well, let's get to the starting lineups. In goal for the Flyers, it's going to be Samuel Ersson. He was in goal, by the way, at the United Center for the Flyers' 3-1 win against the Hawks in his career against the Blackhawks. He's 2-1-0. And at defense for the Flyers are going to be Cam York and Jamie Drysdale. Up front from left to right, Carl Grunstrom, who scored a goal against the Hawks in that December game. He starts at left wing. Noah Cates centers the Flyers' opening line. Matt Michkov will start at the right wing. For the Blackhawks, it's Spencer Knight in goal. Spencer 2-1-0 in his career against the Philadelphia Flyers. And at defense are Wyatt Kaiser and Sam Renzel. Up front from left to right, Tyler Bertuzzi starts at left wing. He picked up goal number 29 the other night on Long Island. Centering the Hawks' opening line, Frank Nazar. Starting at the right wing, Nick Lardis, coming off a career performance, a goal and 2 assists on Long Island. Referees tonight, Jordan Samuels-Thomas and Kyle Raymond. And handling the lines tonight are going to be Jesse Marquis and Matt McPherson. We had a false start. We'll get it going here again. Nazar and Grunstrom face off, couple 91s. Drop of the puck, the Flyers get control deep in their end. York behind his net, spins the puck behind and up the right wing side. Picked off by Nazar at the point. He spun it down toward the corner. This deflects over in front of the Flyer net. Drysdale tried to clear it out, and the puck eventually does get to center ice. Grunstrom's got it on the left wing side. Lings it down behind the Hawk net into the far corner. Kaiser sheds a check. Put the puck behind the net to Renzel. Drives it around up the right wing. Nazar center ice to Lardis over the center ice circle. He lifts the puck into the right wing corner. Nazar there. Flips it behind the Flyer net, but Drysdale took it away from Tyler Bertuzzi and clears to center ice. Travis Konechny, the Flyers' leading scorer, dumps the puck down in behind the net. It's picked off. Oh, and it's centered in front. Quick score by the Flyers. Spencer Knight trying to hand the puck into the near corner. This was taken away behind the Hawk net by Christian Dvorak, who fed it out in front. And Alex Bump drove it into a near-empty Hawk net, 1-0 Philly.
Well, it's an unfortunate turn of events for Spencer Knight, who's played so well in his last 2 starts. He's got a .935 save percentage, and unfortunately, just a weak play. I don't know if there may be a lack of communication between he and Artie Levshunov. And right away, Spencer Knight looked over, and I think he was maybe expecting a little more help from the young Belarusian defenseman. You got to yell, play it hard or don't pass it. And he did pass it. It gets picked off. And Philadelphia with the first goal of the game.
So it's Bump from Dvorak and 1-0 in favor of the Philadelphia Flyers. You'll recall the Hawks surrendered the first goal on Long Island a couple nights ago. Hawks come out of their end. Connor Bedard, lead past Anton Frondel over the Flyer line down the right wing. He got a shot in on goal. Stick save made by Ersson. And then a follow-up shot from the left circle by Green. That's turned aside. Rasmus Ristolainen in the far corner Flyer zone. Losing the puck there. Frondel whacks it free to Bedard. To Frondel back of the net. working against Travis Sanheim. Frondell put the puck into the far corner. Dvorak took it away. And he'll send the puck behind the Flyer net up the near side to Travis Sanheim. He's into the Hawk zone down the left wing. Put it into the high slot. Trevor Zegras backing up toward the Hawk net. Whips a backhander that goes wide. Loose puck to the near boards. Picked off by Andre Burakovsky. Carries into the Flyer zone to the right wing half board. Stops. Fled it back to the left point. And a drive by Ryan Donato is turned out of there. Alex Vlasic from the left wing board. Spins the puck in front. Picked off by Zegras. He'll lift it down ice into the Hawk zone. Vlasic reaching around Owen Tippett. Whacked the puck away. Hawks now get it back. Deep in the near corner. Artyom Leshinov passing across the rink. And Vlasic will now whack the puck to center ice. And this misses his teammates. It's going to go down. And icing's going to be the call here against the Hawks. So 1-0 Flyers. 17:39 left in period number 1.
Great start to the NHL career of Alex Bump. That's his third goal now in 10 games. And here's a kid who last year played for the University of Western Michigan. They were national champs last year. He led that team in point scoring, 24 goals, 23 assists, and he's had a great start to his young NHL career. Just 10 games thus far. As I mentioned, that was his third goal.
Sean Couturier against Ryan Donato on the draw. Couturier wins this. Here's Cam York with a drive. That goes high and wide, up off the glass. Donato in the far corner, Hawk in. Scrapes it around up the left wing to Burakovsky. He turned the puck over, and it's shot. They score. Luke Glendening fed the puck in front. Couturier redirects it past Spencer Knight. And only 2:33 into the contest. It's now 2-0 in favor of the Flyers.
Yeah, Burakovsky turns one over, unfortunately, on the boards. You just can't hope for a hope play. You've got to make sure you know who you're passing it to. And Burakovsky just threw it right up the board, right up the middle. And it gets picked off rather easily. Couturier, who scored the lone goal for the Philadelphia Flyers in their last game, gets another one here. And early, it's been all Philadelphia, 2-0 to score.
So Glendening picks up the primary assists. And the Flyers attack again from center ice into the Hawk zone. Garnett Hathaway chasing down Ethan Del Mastro behind the Hawk net. Del Mastro passing up the left wing. Teravainen hit there by Hathaway front of the Hawks bench. Shovels the puck ahead. And now there to get it, Sasha Boisvert. He'll lift it down to the Flyer blue line. Boisvert in his NHL and Blackhawks debut at the Flyer blue line, waiting for the Flyers to come out of their end. And they do. Noah Cates, the center ice. Dumps the puck to the left wing corner. Hawk in. There to get the puck, Grunstrom. Moves it back to the left point. And Michkov put it over to Sanheim. Here's Sanheim now along the left wing boards, Hawk-on. They'll put it down now toward the corner, picked up by Grunstrom, left circle, charging to the net, and it knocked away by Ethan Del Mastro. Sanheim picks it up in the left wing corner, spins it behind the net, Michkov in the right corner, to Ristolainen right point. Sweeps the puck over the left wing corner, Hawk zone, Ethan Del Mastro there. Turning on Grunstrom, will fling a backhander up the right wing to center ice. Tyler Bertuzzi to Nick Lardis, Flyer blue line. He'll sweep it down into the right wing corner and the Flyer in and get off on a chain.
Good job by Ethan Del Mastro just to slow things down in his own zone. They were stuck in their own zone.
Now Renzel pumps one in for the right point. Pad save made by Urson down in the butterfly position. Puck taken away just inside the Flyer zone and cleared all the way down by Grunstrom. Icing's going to be called here against Philadelphia. Well, good and bad, I think, Steve, at this point. It's bad that the Hawks surrendered early two early goals, I should say, but at least they've got about 55 minutes and 59 seconds to do something about it.
Well, that's the good news. Unfortunately, the 2 goals came on 2 shots. Really nothing that goaltender Spencer Knight could do on either of those. Of course, the first one was a turnover by him. The second one was a turnover by one of his forwards, Burakovsky. And you don't like to dig yourself a hole, especially on the road, but that's what they've done. And as you mentioned, plenty of time to try and get back into this one.
Renzel to center ice on the right wing. Turns the puck over to Grunstrom. Hands it off to Dvorak over the Hawk blue line to connect me down the right wing side. And he snaps a shot that goes wide of the Hawk net. Held into the left point by York. Put the puck down to the corner to Renzel. He is run there by Bump. Puck comes free, and Dvorak from the slot will fire. That goes over the Hawk net. Hawks need to clean some things up here early on in their end.
Yeah, it's puck management. Obviously, that last time Ryan Green had it on his stick, he loses it. And another opportunity for Philadelphia.
Bedard nearly stole the puck in the near corner from Drysdale, but Drysdale whips a pass up the left wing, and this deflects down into the Hawk zone. Del Mastro's got the puck behind the Hawk net. He'll hold it as the Hawks are in the line change. Del Mastro steps out, passing up the left wing. Here's Ilya Mikheyev to center ice, dumping to the left wing corner in the Flyer zone. Slapped away up the near side, but taken away now by Andre Burakovsky along the right side boards. He then turns the puck over, and Barkey moves it ahead. Owen Tippett into the Hawk zone, firing a shot. Turned out of there. Tippett got his own rebound and fires from an impossible angle to the right of the net. That hit the side of the net. From the high slot, Zegras moves it down to the left wing corner Hawk zone. Sealer is there. Sealer battling with Donato. Sealer swats the puck behind the net. Around it goes to the right wing side. Emil Andre sticking it back in behind the Hawk net. Denver Barkey lost the puck up the near boards to the Hawks' Andre Burakovsky. To Ryan Donato. Send it through. Here's Mikheyev down the slot. Flyer zone, firing a shot over the net.
Well, unfortunately for Andre, make that Ilya Mikheyev, that puck on edge as he shot it and put it wide of the post.
Back in the Hawk zone, Alex Vlasic in the left wing corner. Passing up the far side. It was intended for Slaggert. Off his stick. Puck is fired toward the Hawk net by Ristolainen and goes wide. Vlasic moves it out. Here at center ice, Slaggert breaks to the Flyer line, hands it off to Boisvert. He'll stick it down the boards deep into the Flyer zone, behind the net to the far corner. Glendening there pokes it back in behind the Flyer net. And Ristolainen will carry into the near corner and then send it back behind his own net. And Sean Couturier, their captain, there waiting. Passing up ice, this misses Hathaway and goes down beside the Hawk net. Spencer Knight stopping the puck. And Artyom Leshinov moving it up the right side. Nazar center ice, Alardis. He's into the Flyer zone. Fires a wrist shot, and that deflects wide. Here the other way. Couturier to center ice. Dumps the puck diagonally, left wing corner Hawk zone. Renzel takes a bump. Moves it away behind the net to the far corner. Michkov took the puck back to Grunstrom along the right boards. Put it to the right point. Long shot from Drysdale was blocked at the defense. Flyers get the puck back. Here's Andre losing it beside the Hawk crease. Spencer Knight will plop on it with a glove and hold it. And mercifully, this sequence of the game comes to an end. Knight will head to the Hawk bench, and the Hawks should talk it over during the break. 2-0 Flyers with 12:57 left in period number one. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo is the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
The design associates at Floor Coverings International make shopping easy, bringing the store to you with a mobile flooring showroom packed with over 3,000 flooring options: carpet, luxury vinyl plank, hardwood, laminate, and tile. And with flexible financing options available, getting the floors you want has never been easier. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at floorcoveringsinternational.com. With over 500 five-star reviews, they are Chicagoland's stars of flooring. Financing available, terms and conditions may apply.
And your day with me, John Landecker, 7 to 10. Back to the Blackhawks.
Well, thanks, John, and experience the Blackhawks like never before with our membership plans. Benefits include discounts on concessions at the United Center, priority access to home playoff games, and exclusive member-only events. Full and half-season plans are now available for purchase. Secure your spot next season or talk to a rep today at blackhawks.com/membership.
Might be a good idea when you think about the direction of this team. They won their 27th game on Long Island. I think, Steve, with the number of games left, we only have 11, including tonight. But I think there's a pretty good chance this team will win 30 games and set things up to get to a running start next year anyway.
I think you're absolutely right. And, cancer off is obviously in their plans, and this team's only going to get better with the experience they're getting now, and a better season this year than they had all of last year.
Now Connor Bedard and Anton Frondell race into the Flyers zone, I should say. Flyers come out of their end. Dvorak to center ice. Try to hand the puck ahead to Alex Bump at the Hawk line, but it's off his stick, and Alex Vlasic will take the puck behind the Hawk net, driving it around at the right wing side. This misses Frondell and goes down. And icing is the call against the Hawks. So faceoff comes back in the Hawk zone in the circle to Spencer Knight's right.
And remember, tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Flight by Yuengling. Crisp, refreshing, and only 95 calories. Flight, the next generation of light beer.
Well, this is the Four Seasons Faceoff, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. And this draws in the circle to the right of Spencer Knight. Noah Cates against Connor Bedard. Cates wins it to York, top of the left circle. Guns a pass across the rink, and Alex Vlasic put a stick in the passing lane, and he deflects that one up and over the glass. So whistle stops play, and they'll do it again in the Hawks zone.
It's a real nice play by Alex Vlasic, it was a set play by Philadelphia off the draw. They win the face-off. There's a rotation there. Alex Vlasic read it a mile away, and as you mentioned, got his stick into that passing lane. And Alex Vlasic, in that last game against the New York Islanders, ended up with 11 minutes, a little over 11 minutes in the third period. He was out there for more than half of that period.
Yeah, Matthew Schaefer never left the ice.
Get the oxygen tanks on that night.
Now inside the Hawk zone, Michkov at the left point. Tried to poke the puck to the corner, came back to him at the left point. And then Del Mastro strips it away, whips the puck out over the blue line to center ice. Nazar is knocked down by Grunstrom as he shovels the puck along the right boards inside the Flyer end. Drysdale clears to center ice, and Nazar steps into a Flyer to disrupt his activity, taking the puck away. Nazar into the Flyer zone to Bertuzzi, right point. Hammers a shot, deflects wide of the net. Nazar's got the puck in behind, now to the left wing corner. Tried to feed it out to the left point for Del Mastro, and it looked like Noah Cates got a stick in there, deflecting that puck down into the Hawk zone instead. Lefshinoff to the puck. So Vlasic between the circles and a pass up the left wing. Donato center ice in front of the benches. He was 8 for 10 on draws against the Flyers in the last game. He deflects the puck into the Philly zone. The Flyers clear their end and then give the puck back. Donato to Vlasic back in the Hawk zone. Whips it over for Lefshinoff. He redirects the puck out to center ice, where Donato runs into former Hawk Nick Seeler. And the Flyers will take the puck back. Owen Tippett driving it down the right side dasher in behind the Hawk net. Knight stopping it there. Lefshinoff then gave the puck away at the right point. And Tippett took it away. Spins it down behind the Hawk net. Lefshinoff there. To Burakovsky to center ice. Now to Ilya Mikheyev into the Flyer zone. He'll flip the puck to the left wing corner and try and go and get it. But Sandheim of the Flyers and Ristolainen are able to work it free. Now they battle for the puck along the right side boards in the Flyer end. Mikheyev pokes it away from Zegras. But the Flyers take the puck back. This is Denver Barkey to center ice. Dumping the puck to the right wing corner Hawk zone. Wyatt Kaiser back to take it behind the Hawk net as the Flyers make a line change.
Blackhawks have to be aware when Tippett's on the ice. He's off the ice right now, but earlier in this period he did a breakaway when it was 2-0. He very easily could have made it 3-0. He has got a fifth gear like no other, and I think Ethan Del Mastro is surprised by his speed.
Sasha Poivert out there for the Hawks in his second shift in the NHL. In the right wing corner, Landon Slaggert to the puck. Put it back around. Here's Poivert, right wing corner, trying to center. Picked off by Hathaway, who was tripped by the Hawks. Now Teravainen fires from the right circle. And the goaltender Erison down with a butterfly save. Will hold on to the puck, and a whistle will stop play. 9:49 left in period number one here in Philadelphia. It's the Flyers 2 and the Hawks no score. And this is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Chicago News on WGN. Current, local, agenda-free.
WGN. Jiffy Lube's quick, quality 15-minute oil change service will have your car ready before you know it. It's so fast, you'll find yourself saying, already ready? Even now, after I just told you, you'll still be surprised at how fast and efficient it is. Plus, Jiffy Lube does more than just oil changes fast. They'll take care of the preventive maintenance your car needs to keep running smoothly, like free fluid top-offs, battery checks, and more. All in a jiffy. So come in today. You're practically already ready.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Charlie Romeliotis. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel ever, and it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last season after season. Connect with a local contractor or visit free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
If you're ready to quit smoking, vaping, or using other tobacco products, help is just a phone call away. The Illinois Tobacco Quit Line is a free resource designed to support you every step of the way. Working with a trained counselor can double your chances of quitting for good. They'll help you create a personalized quit plan and guide you through cravings, triggers, and withdrawal. Take the first step today. Call 1-866-QUIT-YES to enroll with a counselor or visit quityes.org for more info.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Well, don't miss a moment of Blackhawks hockey while the team is on the road this week. Be the first to know about breaking news, exclusive ticket offers, and exciting retail drops, all delivered straight to your phone. Sign up today for Blackhawks text alerts by texting BHawks to 242-957.
Well, now Christian Dvorak from Palos Hills is going to take this face-off in the Flyers zone to Ersson's left against the Hawks' Ryan Green. Drop of the puck, Green got it, pulls it out, and fires a wrist shot. And a blocker save made by Ersson. Anton Frundell checked along the far boards by Sanheim, excuse me. I so want to call him Paul Ranheim. I have to say Travis Sanheim. I got to get out of that habit.
Yeah, Sanheim actually had a pretty good Olympics playing for Team Sweden.
And now Ristolainen at center ice, flinging the puck down the boards behind the Hawk net. Knight stops it for Renzel, who cleared it around but held in by the Flyers. And Sanheim at the left point moves it down to the left wing corner. Konechny back to Sanheim. Long snapshot from the line. Goes wide. Here's Dvorak with the puck left wing corner. The Sanheim left point fires another shot. This time Frundell picks it off and moves the puck ahead. And this deflects up and over the glass and out of play. So we're going to get a whistle stopping play. 9:03 left in period number one. Shot 6-5 somehow in favor of the Hawks, but the scoreboard favoring Philadelphia 2-0.
Yeah, Philly's missed the net a lot with shots. I know the Tippett had a partial breakaway that he missed the net. Good to see Anton Frundell catching on to the way that Connor Bedard works. Connor Bedard went out to block a shot, but he kept his speed, and the shot was eventually blocked by the second wave. Frundell picked that puck up and right away looked up ice, and that's why he tried that long pass to Bedard. If it's on his stick, that's a breakaway. Unfortunately, it got deflected and into the stands.
Nazar will face off against Owen Tippett over the center ice circle and wins this face-off back to the Hawks' zone. And there's Del Mastro passing it ahead. Bertuzzi at the Flyer line. Hands it off to Lardis into the Flyer zone along the left boards. He then lost the handle on the puck. Tippett will skate it out to center ice and over the Hawk blue line. Drops it off now to York. York from the left wing circle. Firing. Kicked out of there by Knight. And the puck now taken away by Lardis. Passing up the left wing. Bertuzzi, front of the benches at center ice. Trying to fend off Drysdale. Could not. Flyers get the puck. Zegras into the Hawk zone. Will fire from the left circle, and that goes wide. Zegras got the puck back behind the net. Fed it up the slot to Tippett. He fires, and that hit Knight in the headgear. And the puck goes up off the glass as Knight will now grab his headgear, and the whistle stops play.
Calling a penalty too, though, John, on Chicago against Alex Crevier. I think it's going to be interference, and we'll hear the official call.
Chicago penalty number 46 is a 2-minute minor interference.
It is Louis Crevier.
Is the call. But that was a good stop by Spencer Knight. The high riser ends up hitting him in the helmet and knocking it off. Ooh. And while that was going on, Louis Crevier was taking care of business in front of the net, knocking over one of the Philadelphia Flyers. I believe that was Sparky, yes it was. Sparky, not a real big guy, but very talented young hockey player, former first-round pick of the Philadelphia Flyers.
Louis taking care of business in front of the Hawk net and giving him the business in the process. Longtime NFL fans will know what I'm talking about there. That was that one referee call a few years back. In behind the Flyer net, Ristolainen picks up the puck. He'll carry it out to his blue line and drop it behind himself to the oncoming Travis Konechny. 11 points, 5 goals and 6 assists in his last 6 games against the Hawks. Flyers gain the Hawk zone. Cates in the right wing corner. To Ristolainen right point. Put it in the high slot. Michkov turned it over. Vlasic calmly passing up the left wing. Here's Mikheyev to center ice. To Green. He's over the Flyer line to Mikheyev. Left circle. He shoots, and a blocker save is made by Ersson. What a great shorthanded chance for the Hawks. A magnificent save made by Ersson.
Unbelievable stop. That's the second partial breakaway that Ilya Mikheyev has had in this hockey game.
Now from deep in the Hawk zone, Vlasic to the puck. He'll clear it all the way down. And 107 on the Hawk penalty kill, It's the Flyer power play. Here's Tippett to center ice. Passing it ahead to Dvorak. Breaks into the Hawk zone. Shoots. Butterfly save made by Knight. Puck rolls to the right point. Drysdale's got it there. Carries through the high slot. Moves it over to Sanheim. Sanheim top of the right circle. To Dvorak beside the net. Fed a pass up the slot. But Teuvo Teravainen got a stick in there and deflects it down into the Flyer zone.
Yeah, that was Landon Slager too. Good coverage by both of those guys. And, of course, Blackhawks still hold the number 1 penalty killing unit in the entire NHL.
Drysdale to center ice. Hands the puck off there to Tippett. Dumps it off the left boards and down behind the net. Kaiser swings it around, not out. Drysdale at the right point. Tried to jam it free to the near point. That hit the skate of Nazar, who swats the puck out to center ice. Flyers get it back. Tippett into the Hawk zone left point. Became entangled with Del Mastro, but put the puck to the left wing corner to Dvorak. Back to Tippett to the high slot. Drysdale fires a shot, deflects wide. Flyers were 1 for 4 in their power play against the Hawks back in December at the United Center. Hawks come to full strength. Crevier out of the box. Drysdale carries behind the Hawk net. Sweeping a pass up the slot. This misses Tippett and goes all the way down and in on goal in the Flyer end. And Ersson will stick the puck ahead to his blue line to Drysdale. Hands it off to Cam York, and he'll loop in behind the Flyer net and stop for a moment there.
Earlier, it was Denver Barkey with a high slot tip from a point shot. I mentioned earlier, Barkey, a first-round pick. He was a third-round pick by these Philadelphia Flyers a couple of years ago.
Luke Glendening, who played for Jeff Blashill in Detroit and in Grand Rapids, sent the puck away. The Hawks will get it back now. Here's Bedard through center over the Flyer line. Drops it off Rendell, top of the right circle. Hammers a shot, and it goes wide. Loose puck to the left wing boards. Renzel there to Bedard along the left boards. Put it in front for Frondell. Tried to redirect it on goal. Blocked at the defense by Sealer. Renzel took it back at the left point to Green left wing boards. To Renzel on the right wing circle. To Bedard, back of the net. Bank pass to the left point now to Kaiser. He'll walk it through the deep slot, whip it over to the left point, intended for Bedard, but he had to carry back to center ice as the puck had left the Flyer zone. Kaiser at the Flyer line on the right wing side, being checked there by Couturier, but keeping the puck alive. And now Bertuzzi in to scrape it out of there. Here's Bertuzzi working it to Kaiser, and then Kaiser sweeps the puck into the Flyer zone. The Flyers get possession. Sealer passing to center ice. This is picked off by Lardis just outside the line. Lardis handling the puck at center ice to Kaiser. He'll lift it through the air to the left wing corner in the Flyer end. Emil Andre given a bump there by Nazar. He's able to poke the puck free. Flyers clear their zone. Here's Alex Bump passing to Konechny, Hawk line, left wing side. He is run into the boards by Del Mastro. Loose puck now swatted away by Ristolainen into the near corner. Del Mastro pounds it off the boards ahead to Nazar. Hawk line, then ahead to Bertuzzi over the Flyer line. The Nazar along the left wing boards, then to the corner, then from the bottom of the circle, tried to put the puck in front, swept out of there, and now Konechny will carry to center ice. Konechny on the left wing, dumping it down the boards behind the Hawk net. Del Mastro run into the boards by Bump, work the puck free, taken away by Noah Cates. Cates in the right wing corner, put it out to the right point, Drysdale, leaving it there for Cates. The Sanheim left point, wiring a shot in on goal, and a glove save made by Spencer Knight. He'll hold on for the whistle. 3:51 left in period number 1. It's the Flyers 2 and the Hawks no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, a win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, this is Dave Musil, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. When emergencies happen, who do you call? Broken pipe? Power outage? Furnace failure? No hot water? The answer is always the same. Call Four Seasons. We guarantee same-day service and installation on all heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. That's why over 30,000 customers have given us a 5-star Google review.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Labor unions are the backbone of our country. Unions protect members and help them lead healthier lives. That's why United Healthcare provides active and retired labor union members access to quality healthcare benefits. As a trusted resource, the dedicated team will help Taft-Hartley and multi-employer funds find the right combination of health benefits. Visit uhc.com/unions for more information. Quality healthcare coverage for labor unions. Insurance coverage provided by or through United Healthcare Insurance Company of Illinois or their affiliates. Administrative services provided by United Healthcare Services, Inc. or their affiliates.
Hey Blackhawks fans, Spencer Knight. Break's over. It's time for Blackhawks hockey.
Well, thanks, Spencer. And just because the Blackhawks are on the road this week doesn't mean you have to watch alone. Join us tomorrow at Frank and Mary's on North Elston for an official Blackhawks watch party presented by Bud Light. Come enjoy music, beverages, and a whole lot more as the Blackhawks take on the New York Rangers at 6 p.m. Must be 21 plus with a valid ID to enter.
Well, here's the draw. Circle to Spencer Knight's left. It's going to be Ryan Donato facing off against the Flyers' Noah Cates. Shot 7 apiece in this game so far. Linesman holding the puck for a moment to turn around and reposition a couple players behind him. Now he's ready. Drop of the puck. Hawks get control. Donato wins one. Here's Crevier behind the net. Put it around up the near side for Mikheyev, who tried to clear the zone, taken away by the Flyers. Emil Andre into the right wing circle. Puck on the backhand, jams it in on goal. Butterfly save made by Spencer Knight. Loose puck into the near corner, and Mikheyev's got it there.
Real big stop there by Spencer Knight. Blackhawks on their heels a little bit, and the Philadelphia Flyers really taking advantage.
Like to see Andre Burakovsky get going here. Here's Crevier picking up a puck in the high slot and firing. Stopped in front, loose puck jammed toward the net and swept out of there by Sealer at the last second. It was a good chance for the Hawks.
Yeah, that would have been Ryan Donato's goal. Ryan Donato, in his last 2 games against these Philadelphia Flyers, 3 goals. So he loves when they're on the schedule, and he just missed one there by inches.
Back between the circles, Hawk zone. Alex Vlasic handing the puck ahead, Teuvo Teravainen to Landon Slaggert, Flyer line left wing. He is hit there by Ristolainen. Loose puck gathered in by Zegras, who passes up the left wing side. Kaiser darting back to the Hawk blue line, took it away from a Flyer. Gave it to Levshinov. Rink wide pass, Slaggert, Flyer line, left wing side. He slaps it down behind the net. Erson plays the puck into the far corner to Ristolainen. Head to Zegras. He then lost the puck at the Hawk blue line to Levshinov. To Boisvert, center ice. On the right wing side, he'll lift the puck down to the right wing corner in the Flyer zone. Try and go and get it. He was held up there by Sanheim. Could have been a penalty, and I believe we're going to get one here.
Sasha Boisvert picks up his first official penalty in the NHL. It should be a hook. And that came on Ristolainen.
Yeah.
Penalty number 12, the 2-minute minor, hooking.
I think this could have gone either way. In fact, they could have called incidentals on this play, in my opinion. But he did hook him up. He did hook Ristolainen, so.
And I think Ristolainen kind of lost his balance because he kind of skated into the net. And I think the net maybe knocked him off balance. It made it look a lot worse than it was. Certainly a penalty you don't like to take 200 feet away from your own net. Coaches will talk about that. Don't like those offensive zone penalties. That's what it is. And the Blackhawks forced to kill another power play.
So Boisvert, as Steve told you, receives his first 2 NHL penalty minutes. Face-off circle to Spencer Knight's right. Ryan Green facing off with the Flyers' Noah Cates, who wins this face-off. Konechny picks up the puck, put it over to Zegras or near the top of the left circle, top of the right circle, and he tried to fire the puck to the left point. He ends up slapping it over the blue line back to center ice. Konechny's got the puck. He weaves into the Hawk zone, drops it off to Michkov along the left boards. To Konechny, left wing corner. Checked there by Vlasic. Put the puck back up to Michkov along the left side boards. Back to Konechny in the corner. Leaving it there for Michkov. To the high slot, Ristolainen, long wrist shot. Glove save made by Spencer Knight. And he'll hold on to it there. We'll get a face-off in the Hawk zone of the circle to his right. Now 1:30 left on the minor penalty to Boisvert. 1:48 left in period number one here in Philly. Flyers lead 2-0.
That was a nice stop by Spencer Knight, who, if you're joining us late, had 2 goals on the first 2 shots against him. Certainly not his fault, but he's bounced back in a pretty positive way. Has made the next 7 stops. Keep in mind, the Philadelphia Flyers have the worst power play in the entire NHL. They're only 1 for their 24 for the last 7+ games, so they've been struggling in that department of late.
Well, the puck cleared down by Crevier into the Flyers zone. Here's Cates carrying out of the Flyer end to center ice over the logo. Drops it off to the oncoming Trevor Zegras. Zegras gains the Hawk zone, took the puck to the left wing corner. Checked there by Alex Vlasic. Loose puck along the boards. Knocked out by Slaggert. Penalty coming up here to the Flyers. And this is going to be, I believe, it's either going to be hooking or interference. And going off is going to be Matvei Michkov. So the sides will be even for the next 53.
Philadelphia penalty number 39. 2-minute minor hooking.
Landon Slaggert doing a real good work along the boards, winning that puck battle. Michkov reached back and ended up hooking him and knocking Landon Slaggert off his balance. The referee saw it right away, so we will see 4-on-4 hockey for the next 53 seconds, and then it's the Chicago Blackhawks who will get a shortened power play, but it'll be their first power play on the evening.
Well, with the teams coming to 4 against 4, that means the Blackhawks have killed off that penalty. Sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics, on a relentless pursuit of better medicine. And soon they'll have a Citgo power play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Citgo. Download the app now to start saving. Face-off inside the Flyer zone. And a good play by Bedard to extricate his stick from being held up there by one of the Flyers. He tried to flip the puck down to the corner. This is picked up by Dvorak. Flyers come up ice. York into the Hawk zone. Top of the left wing circle. He's pushed off the puck in the corner by Artem Levshinov. And then Dvorak took it back. He put a pass up the slot for Travis Sanheim that's passed his stick and down. Sanheim will go back to get the puck in the Flyer zone. We're down to 38 seconds left in period number 1. Flyers with the 2-0 lead. Teams are 4 against 4 now for the next 13 seconds. Sanheim to center. To Konechny over the hot blue line, leaving it in the slot for Sanheim. Nice play by Kaiser to kick the puck free, but Konechny's got it now, bottom of the right circle. A little soft toss in front for Dvorak, and he whacks the puck up into the protective netting and may have caught a high stick from one of the Hawks. I believe that's going to be the case. Artem Levshinov is going to get the gate, 2 for high sticking.
Yeah, Jordan Samuels Thomas, one of the referees, kind of a delayed reaction from the referee. Right away, Dvorak reached up to his face. He did get a stick from an errant stick and didn't make really good contact, just kind of brushed the face of Dvorak. Dvorak, I think, dressed it up a little bit, and the referee was kind of hesitant putting his hand up, but he eventually did. So we will see 4-on-4 hockey, and at some point, and I believe it's going to be Michkov coming out of the penalty box, they will have the man advantage again. But that'll be sometime at the start of the second period.
Face-off circle to the right of Spencer Knight. 17 seconds left in period number 1. 2-0 Flyer lead, and now one of the linesmen has blown the face-off dead. And he is asking for Christian Dvorak to be tossed off the dot. So Travis Konechny will step in and take this draw. Dvorak lines up in the slot area between the circles. Ristolainen lines up directly behind Travis Konechny. Face off in the circle to Knight's right. And it's all academic because Nazar wins the draw. To Rinzel, who carries behind the net. Drops it in the near corner to Vlasic. 10 seconds for the period. Vlasic charging out up the left wing side. Stopping just inside the Hawk blue line. He'll carry the puck back toward the corner, then whips it up the left wing. Lardis with 1 second, put it over to Renzel, and there's the horn ending play in period number 1. So, in 49 seconds to start period number 2, the Flyers will get back on the power play for just under a minute. And they take a 2-0 lead into the dressing rooms after 20 minutes of play. Shots on goal even at 9 apiece. So, Steve, I mean, it was obviously not the start the Hawks wanted. It was definitely the start the Flyers wanted. But as I mentioned at the time, long way to go in this hockey game. And I think if the Blackhawks can regroup and fix what's going on, I think they got a good shot.
Oh, still plenty of time. Unfortunately, what cost the Blackhawks were self-inflicted wounds. And it started with a bad pass by Spencer Knight. There might have been some miscommunication between him and Artie Levshunov, because it looked as if Spencer Knight was trying to pass him the puck. There was no way that Artie should have been calling for the puck. Regardless, it got turned over, and a goal by a bump. And then literally a few minutes later, it was a turnover by Andrei Burakovsky along the half boards. And you can't do that. You got to manage the puck. And literally the second shot of the game was a goal. So 2 shots, 2 goals. Philadelphia got the start they wanted. And, the Blackhawks were on their heels for a good portion of that, first 10 minutes. But I agree. I think after that 10-minute mark, they started to come on. They started to feel a little better about themselves and got a little offensive. So hopefully they can keep that up the next 40 minutes.
All right, 2-0 in favor of the Flyers after 1 period here in Philadelphia. And Charlie Romeliotis is standing by in Blackhawk Central. He's going to have a full intermission report for you, good folks. And then back here to the city of brotherly love. It was a beautiful day here today, by the way. And I had a good walk, and I know that many of the Hawk fans know about the Rocky Steps, the art gallery here in Philadelphia. Well, I took a walk today to get to the aforementioned Rocky Steps, and spotless, cloudless day, Steve. It was really a nice walk.
Yeah, perfect day for a walk. Great day for baseball, too.
Absolutely. 2-0 Flyers after 1. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Chicago hockey fans love a good power play. And when it comes to selling your house, you want a team you can trust.
That's why Jeff Buys Your House is your winning play. No repairs, no commissions, and you pick the closing date.
That's like skating on a clean sheet of ice, fast and smooth.
We're a local, veteran-owned company that's been helping Chicagoland homeowners since 2007.
Make the smart move and go for the win. Visit JeffBuysYourHouse.com for your no-obligation offer today.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. I played in an era that was tough, gritty, old school. But I got major respect for the next generation of hockey. The speed, the skill, the precision. That's what I see in Flight by Yuengling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, clean, crisp, real beer flavor without the heaviness. This is the light beer that keeps up with the modern game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. DT Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
All my life, my mom sacrificed so much for our family. So when she needed a life-saving liver transplant and I learned I was a match, I didn't hesitate to be her donor. I was nervous for my mom, who would be facing it all in English, her second language. But thankfully, our team at Northwestern Medicine spoke Spanish, putting our family at ease and making the entire experience seamless.
Top 10 in the nation for transplant volume, the team at Northwestern Medicine performed a living donor transplant. First, removing a portion of Francisco's healthy liver to then transplant to his mother, Dolores. Northwestern Medicine has saved the most lives through organ transplant in Illinois and its surrounding states.
Now my mom's feeling better than she has in decades, and she's back to giving it her all. This time on the dance floor at my wedding.
Northwestern Medicine is committed to providing world-class care across Chicagoland, because what makes us better makes you better. Learn more at nm.org/transplant.
Do you know that sinking feeling when someone opens their property tax bill and just stares at the number in disbelief? That reaction is common, but overpaying doesn't have to be. For over 50 years, Gertner & Gertner has helped property owners challenge unfair property tax assessments. Their licensed attorneys analyze comparable properties, valuations, and details that could lower an inflated bill. And you only pay if Gertner & Gertner successfully reduces your taxes. Schedule your free consultation, 312-782-9222.
The Lutheran Hour began in 1930. It's the world's longest running Christian outreach radio program. Tune in Sunday mornings at 6:30 right here on WGN.
Time for a break. It's intermission time.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Here's Charlie Romeliotis with your intermission update.
20 minutes is in the books over in Philadelphia, and the Blackhawks trail the Flyers 2-0 after some quick strikes for the Flyers early on in this game. That's going to lead us to our Circa Sports Illinois time to check out the odds. The second straight game the Blackhawks have given up a goal in the first minute. I think it was 49 seconds into the contest on Tuesday against the Islanders. This one, the Flyers beat that just by 1 second, 48 seconds in, and then a minute and 45 seconds later, the Flyers make it 2-0. The odds to score a goal in the first 5 minutes of the game was set at plus 220. So that ended up cashing out for a second consecutive game. That was also just the 25th time this season that the Flyers have scored the first goal, which is the fewest in the entire NHL. They are 15-5-4 in the record in the previous 24 instances. Circa Sports Illinois, every time the Blackhawks win this season, someone will win a 2-night stay at Circa Resort and Casino, and another 100 people will get a $100 credit on the Circa app. See the Blackhawks contest page for details. Another busy night in the NHL, so let's get to some scores around the league. Canadians are hosting the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight in Montreal. It's a 1-1 score in the first intermission. Damon Severson and Jaden Struble have the goals for their respective clubs. Both of those players are defensemen, so we got a 1-1 score, both goals scored by D-men. Also a 1-1 score in the first intermission in Ottawa between the Senators and Penguins. That game is in the first intermission. Some unfortunate injury news that occurred earlier today out of Ottawa. Thomas Chabot is going to miss 4 to 8 weeks after undergoing arm surgery today. He's ruled out for the rest of the regular season and potentially the first month of the playoffs, depending on if Ottawa gets in and how far it goes. So that's a brutal blow for the Ottawa Senators. Hopefully Jake Sanderson, their other top pairing defenseman, is back soon because he's also out with an injury. Also in the first intermission, the Tampa Bay Lightning trail the Seattle Kraken 2-1 against the Kraken. The Tampa Bay Lightning captain Victor Hedman is not playing in this game because it was announced earlier today that he is taking a leave for personal reasons. It should be temporary, but wishing him the best. The first game of the ESPN doubleheader is between the Minnesota Wild and Florida Panthers. That's a 0-0 score right now in the first intermission. Shots on goal are 19-6 in favor of Minnesota. Good news on the Minnesota front. Marcus Foligno is back in the lineup after missing the last month with an injury, which means he is playing with his brother Nick, former Blackhawks captain, for the first time in the NHL. And they are skating on the fourth line together in this game. So the Foligno brothers finally getting a chance to play with each other after Nick was acquired from Chicago just a few weeks ago. The New York Islanders are looking to bounce back after the tough loss to Chicago on Tuesday. They currently lead 1-0 on the Dallas Stars in the first intermission. Bo Horvat has his 30th goal of the season. That's the lone goal in the game for the New York Islanders. And then some other games that are happening later tonight. The St. Louis Blues are hosting the San Jose Sharks. The Sharks are 0-5 in their last 5 games, all 5 regulation losses. They've been outscored 27-11 over that stretch. So they're looking to snap a 5-game losing skid. The Nashville Predators are hosting the New Jersey Devils tonight. Nashville is on a 5-game winning streak. That's a season high for them. So they're looking to extend it to 6. The Colorado Avalanche are in Winnipeg tonight to take on the Jets. Colorado is 3-0 in their last 3 games after going 0-2-1 in the previous 3. You have the Utah Mammoth hosting the Washington Capitals tonight. The Anaheim Ducks are in Calgary to take on the Flames. Anaheim is 4-0-1 in its last 5 games. The Flames are also on a 4-game winning streak, 4-0 in their last 4 after a 2-7-1 stretch in their previous 10 games. The Vegas Golden Knights are hosting the Edmonton Oilers tonight. That's the second game of the ESPN doubleheader. Probably a first-round preview, if we're being honest, based on how the Pacific Division is playing out right now. And then the last game tonight, Vancouver Canucks are hosting the LA Kings. Kings are 0-1-3 in their last 4 games, and they're fighting for their playoff lives. So a big game over between the LA Kings in Vancouver. Got to get to some MLB opening day scores, but unfortunately, it didn't go well for both Chicago baseball teams. The Cubs lost to the Nationals at Wrigley Field 10-4 earlier this afternoon, and the White Sox were routed by the Milwaukee Brewers 14-2 in Milwaukee. Meanwhile, over in Philadelphia, not much going better between the Blackhawks and Flyers. Hawks are down 2-0. We'll take a quick break and break down that first period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Mornings on WGN start at 6 with me, Bob Surratt. Nights along to Blackhawks Hockey and sometimes Landecker.
When you're ready to ask the most important question, let the ring do the talking. At Rogers & Holland's Family Jewelers, they specialize in engagement rings that say everything you feel. From classic solitaires to the latest trends in custom design services. Experience the famous Rogers & Holland's difference. Stop by one of their many stores or shop online at fornowandforever.com.
Rogers and Holland, for now and forever.
When injuries slow you down, you need a team that knows how to get you back in the game. At Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, their highly trained professionals work together to deliver empathetic, timely, and efficient patient care so you can move better, live better. And if an injury happens after hours, they've got you covered with IBJI Ortho Access beyond their regular clinic hours. Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. Learn more at IBJI.com. That's IBJI.com.
Get ready for a night of huge laughs when comedy legend Howie Mandel comes to the Genesee Theater Saturday, April 4th. From Deal or No Deal to America's Got Talent, Howie brings his signature wit, energy, and unpredictable crowd work to the stage. Kicking off the night is AGT favorite and viral comedy star Preacher Lawson, whose high-octane humor has earned him millions of followers. Don't miss this unforgettable night of comedy. Tickets available at the Genesee Theater box office or Ticketmaster.com.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
WGN Chicago is your radio home for the Hawks, the Cats, March Madness, and the Indy 500. On air and on smart devices worldwide.
First intermission over in Philadelphia. The Blackhawks trail the Flyers 2-0 through one period of play. And it was a tough start for the Blackhawks. Early on in this one, the Hawks didn't seem to have their legs. The first goal was a pretty unfortunate situation. Spencer Knight going behind the net, and it looked like there was a miscommunication between Spencer and Artem Levshinov, who looked like they kind of communicated it out afterwards. But I think Spencer Knight was looking for Levshinov to kind of be right near him, and Levshinov went outside, not realizing how in tight the Flyers forechecker was. And so that happens 48 seconds into the game. And then a minute and 45 later, the Philadelphia Flyers score to go up 2-0 after a really tough Andre Burakovsky turnover. He was credited with a giveaway there. That obviously just can't happen. And so, boom, before the Blackhawks even realize what's going on, they're already down 2-0. And so I thought the puck management for the Blackhawks in that period was tough. And I think that they got to clean that up moving forward. I know Burakovsky got bodied off the puck later on in the period where, Ethan Del Mastro ended up pinching, then it led to a rush chance the other way. I think Sam Renzel had a couple of giveaways in that first period. The Hawks did have their chances though. Ilya Mikheyev most notably had a couple that I wrote down here. One of them happened shorthanded when the Blackhawks were on the penalty kill. And then he also had a breakaway just a little bit before then, a few minutes before that, but I think he missed it wide. I'm not sure if the goaltender ended up getting a stick on it or a pad on it. I think he missed it wide, but Mikheyev kind of sprung loose and unfortunately wasn't able to capitalize on his chances. But there's a lot of hockey left to be played, but the Blackhawks certainly have to clean things up here moving forward against the Philadelphia Flyers, who are fighting for their playoff lives, even though it doesn't seem like realistic for them to kind of get in, given the murky ground. But Philadelphia is desperate in this game, so expect another a similar New York Islanders type effort in this game from the Philadelphia Flyers, who have a lot on the line in this game. Hawks are down 2-0 to the Flyers. We got second period action coming up next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Cold weather and hockey season go together hand in hand, but your home isn't a hockey rink, and you want it to be the perfect temperature no matter the season. With Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning mini split systems, you get the ultimate comfort and efficiency every time, even in those difficult to heat places in your home. Their units are designed to deliver consistent comfort where you need it most. Check out Mitsubishi electric heating and cooling mini split systems today at getacomfyhome.com.
The Salvation Army knows that tough times don't discriminate. Too many of our fellow fans across Chicago are struggling to make ends meet. We're seeing more people than ever walk through the doors asking for help. People from communities the Salvation Army has served for decades. That's why the Salvation Army assists those in need all year long, not just during the holiday season. The goal is simple: make sure our neighbors are cared for every day. Go to salarmychicago.org and make a difference now.
No! It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up. I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe? Yeah. I only paid. Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Right now, for a limited time, lease the Hyundai Tucson for $229 a month. Or get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Offers end March 31st. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
What matters most when choosing a financial partner? Great rates? Confidence your financial data is secure? Being treated like more than just an account number. Consumers Credit Union delivers all that and then some. As a not-for-profit credit union, their focus is on you, not profits through fees or less personal service. They're in your corner, helping you reach your goals every step of the way. Join today and become a part owner. Your success is their success. Learn more at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Permaseal, the leader in basement waterproofing, also offers foundation repair, concrete restoration, and attic insulation. Call 800-421-SEAL or visit permaseal.net.
Up next, the second period. Here's Charlie Roumeliotis with your recap.
Blackhawks and Flyers are on the ice for the start of the second period over in Philadelphia. I mentioned earlier in the intermission show that the Flyers have scored the fewest goals to open a game of any team in the NHL at 25, but they do have a pretty respectable record when leading after one period in those instances. 14-1-3 for a win percentage of .778. That ranks 9th in the entire NHL. So Hawks have their work cut out for them, but they got a lot of hockey left to be played in this game. What's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. We're going to have some 4-on-4 time between the Blackhawks and Flyers to open up this second period for 49 seconds, and then the Hawks are going to go on the penalty kill. So let's see if they can kill things off after this 4-on-4 as we go back over to Philadelphia with John and Steve.
All right, thank you very much, Charlie. Well, Steve, each team 8 for 16 on faceoffs in period number 1. The Flyers did take the 2-goal advantage. And the thought that occurred to me here after the 20-minute stanza where the Blackhawks went to the dressing room trailing by 2 goals, short memory, just kind of erase it and just start again. You know, they've got to kill off the penalty the penalty that they're going to be looking at right now, 4 against 4, but forget the first period. Go get him in the second.
Yeah, learn from it too, though. And I think puck management was probably the biggest lesson right there is, you know, you got to treat it like it's a $100 bill. You don't want to be giving it away. And
sure,
they gave it away a couple times, and it ends up in the back of their net.
We're underway here in the second period. Kaiser from behind the Hawk net carries the puck out to center. And he thought about looping back into the Hawk zone to rag the puck. He stopped in front of the penalty boxes. The puck comes free, and Frank Nazar carries back into the Hawk zone. Chased by Noah Cates, who whips the puck away at the left point. Nazar now bumps it over the line to center ice. Bedard sends it back now into the Hawk zone a few feet, and Nazar grabs it again. To Bedard in front of the bench. Is knocked down from behind by Ristolainen, and a penalty is going to be called here. So this will even up the... Actually, I'll let the call go ahead and go through with Jordan Samuels. Thomas.
Philadelphia 55, 2 minutes warning.
This will put the Hawks back on the Sitco power play. And again, the Blackhawks have been able to come to full strength. Sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics on a relentless pursuit of better medicine.
Yeah, boarding's the call. You got to let up on a player when his back's to you, his numbers are facing you, and you're a foot away from the boards. Ristolainen finished his check, picked up the loose puck. Fortunately, Connor Bedard not injured on the play.
Yeah.
And in fact, he will start this power play. So it'll be 4-on-3 for 11 seconds. And that's when Michkov comes back out. But an opportunity here, 11 seconds. You have to win the draw. Plenty of time to set something up.
So the draw now circled to the left of Urson. A lot of open ice out there, Steve. 4 against 3, favoring the Hawks right now. This is another Sitco power play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Sitco. Download the app now to start saving. Flyers get the puck off the draw, and York is able to spin it down into the Hawk end. Here's Renzel, Hawk blue line, leaving the puck there to Bedard, breaking up ice through center ice over the Flyer line. A toe drag and a shot, and a blocker save made by Urson. The puck deflects up and out of play.
A shot's always a good play, and nobody shoots it better than Connor Bedard, especially with a snapshot, and he just made the blue line with plenty of speed. It's going to be 4-on-4 hockey now. The penalty to Michkov, he's out of the box, but that curl and drag, that toe drag, and then the shot, change your angle a little bit on the goaltender. Ersson punched it out into the netting in behind the net, and as a result, the face-off to his right.
And it's going to be Ryan Green facing off against Christian Dvorak. Dvorak wins this draw. York picks up the puck behind the Flyer net. He and Drysdale have made a real nice pair defensively for the Flyers.
Mm-hmm.
York passing it at the center ice. Owen Tippett over the Hawk blue line. Dropping it in the high slot. Now Drysdale. He'll carry over to the left wing boards. Then reverses directions. Carries back to the left point. Leave it for Tippett. He'll move down the left wing and fire a backhander. Nice chest save made by Spencer Knight. Hawks get the puck back. Renzel banks a pass up the left wing for Burakovsky, but he was turning the wrong way, and the puck goes by. The Flyers get it back. Tippett, Flyer blue line. Passing across on the near side for York. It's off his stick. Burakovsky got it back in the Hawk zone to Renzel. He crosses the Flyer line. Dangling through the slot. Had the puck stripped away by Dvorak, who made a lead pass now to Tippett over the Hawk line down the right wing side. Tippett carrying behind the net and hit heavily into the boards in the corner there by Renzel. Now Tippett got the puck back, leaving it for Couturier, top of the left circle. Send it over, and Sanheim will stick it down behind the Hawk net, rolls up the far side. Glendening of the Flyers takes the puck away at the Hawk blue line, spun it to center ice, and Couturier will flip it down behind the net.
Sure power play here for the Blackhawks. Just 25 seconds to go.
Rondell gets a pass from Levshunov into the Flyer zone. To Nazar along the right boards. He is knocked down with a heavy shoulder check. Shoulder to the face, that by Nick Seeler. And, boy, it's Frank Nazar is looking for a penalty call. None's going to be given. Mm-hmm. Bedard, meanwhile, left point. With 6 seconds on the power play. Tried to float a pass into the high slot. Picked off by Sanheim. He'll clear it down. And the Flyers have now come to full strength.
I think the Philadelphia Flyers, not a dirty team, but they do finish their checks. I noticed Nick Seeler in that first period always giving the forward the extra push, the extra shove, and that time the big hit on Nazar.
At the left point, Flyer zone. Vlasic fires a long shot in on goal. Kicked out of there by Urson. And now Drysdale in the far corner. We'll flip it back behind the Flyer net into the near corner to Cam York. Lead pass ahead for Alex Bump at center ice. Western Michigan product into the Hawk zone, down the right wing to the half board. Turning, flips it back to connecting. He'll fire. Blocked in front by Crevier. Puck taken back by Emil Andre. Stripped of the puck nicely by Crevier behind the Hawk net, who then takes the puck and moves it up the right wing. Teravainen hands it ahead. Mikheyev into the Flyer zone along the right wing boards. Checked by Konechny. Lost the puck. Bump will put it across to Andre. Rink wide pass Konechny. Crossing the Hawk line on the right wing side. Flips it in front of the net. Intended for Dvorak. Pass now picked off by the Hawks. Donato lead pass to Lardis. Steps into the Flyer zone. Stopping at the right point. Then starts up again and fires. And that goes wide off a deflection. Bertuzzi in the right wing corner to the puck. Goes away from a check from Ristolainen. And then Ristolainen poke checks into the line. Levshunov firing from there. That hit Andre in front and deflects in behind. Now Nazar from below the goal line near the left wing corner fires one through the crease. He was hoping that one would maybe deflect off the goaltender Erickson and back into the net. Instead, it went wide. And now Andre flipping the puck ahead to the Flyer line. Carl Grunstrom there will capture and dump into the right wing corner in the Hawk zone. He and Artyom Levshunov battle. Puck is kicked free by Matvei Michkov to the near boards. There's Bertuzzi battling in the corner. Now puck taken by Del Mastro. To Lardis along the left sideboards. Whips it across to Levshunov. Levshunov in the circle to Knight's right. Passing ahead Del Mastro over the Flyer line down the left wing. Whips a wrist shot in on goal. And a stick save made by the goaltender Erickson. Cates will clear to center ice up the right wing. Tippett's got it there. Backhands the puck to the left wing corner Hawk zone. Back to get it. It's Wyatt Kaiser. He takes a bump, put the puck around on the near side to Crevier. Lead pass for Slaggert. Racing into the Flyer zone down the right wing side. Ran out of room behind the net as he hit by Sanheim. And then Sasha Boisvert stepping into Drysdale made him give up a glove. In the other way come the Flyers. And a shot from Zegras. Hit Knight. The rebound picked up by Denver Barkey, who shoots and scores. It's now 3-0 Flyers with 14:46 left in period number 2.
It looked like a harmless enough play, and it looked like the Blackhawks had numbers back. Teuvo Teravainen was in the area. Unfortunately, he didn't have the stick of Barkey. He goes hard to the net. He can't deny the young player from getting there. The shot by Zegras was stopped by Spencer Knight. Unfortunately, the rebound just kind of hung around in the blue paint. As I mentioned, Teuvo Teravainen could not block out Barkey. And Barkey with the goal right on the doorstep makes it a 3-0 lead.
So Barkey from Zegras, the goal at 5:14 of period number 2. And the Flyers in control now. 3-0 lead. Play inside the Flyer zone. Sam Rinzel near the right point. Tries to lift the puck down to the end boards. He got a little too much air on this lift, and the puck ends up in the protected netting. So a whistle stops play, and we'll get a face-off inside the Flyer zone in the circle to Ersson's left. He hasn't had a ton of work here so far by the Blackhawks. Only 12 shots on goal.
Yeah, he has made some good saves, though. And I remember that shorthanded opportunity he had against Ilya Mikheyev, and it was a real nice stop. Ilya Mikheyev, too, had an opportunity a little earlier on a breakaway when it was 2-0, and I believe he ended up shooting that wide. So right now the Blackhawks, you can't worry about what's happened. You've dug yourself a huge hole, especially on the road. You got to try and start playing in the opposition zone.
Couturier wins the draw for the Flyers. Ristolainen for the Philliette. Shot a pass up ice off of Luke Glendenning's stick and wide. Then into the far corner. Sam Rinzel takes the puck back, put it behind the Hawk net. Vlasic's got it there. Winds it around up the left wing to Ryan Green. Sends it out the center ice to Frondel, to Rinzel into the Flyer zone, firing a long shot, and the kick save made by Ersson. Now Green took the puck away in the high slot, tried to slap it down for Bedard in the corner. This is picked off by the Flyers, and Sanheim will wheel in behind the Flyer net. Hawks in the midst of a line change. Sanheim with a lead pass is just past the stick of Barkey at the Hawk blue line. Knight will clear it around the left wing side. Burakovsky hit at center ice by Andre, but the Hawks will attack. There's Mikheyev into the Flyer zone, firing for the left circle, and a stick save made. Mikheyev got it to Burakovsky, left wing corner to Donato, back of the net. To Levshunov along the right sideboards. He'll spin the puck down to the corner to himself, put it behind the net. Mikheyev walks it in front, and a pass for Burakovsky, and a point-blank shot is gobbled up with the glove of Samuel Ersson. What does Andre Burakovsky have to do to score a goal? I mean, the poor guy is just absolutely snake-bitten right now. 13:24 left in period number 2 here in Philadelphia. It's the Flyers 3 and the Hawks no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The tournament is underway, and the stakes keep getting higher with every game. Take the excitement to another level with Circa Sports Illinois. The Circa Sports app makes it easy to fund your account, place a wager, and stay in the game wherever you are. Fast deposits, quick payouts, and nonstop tournament excitement from the opening round to the final buzzer. Download the Circa app today. Circa Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Give people a place to gather and make fire the focal point of your home again. With a majestic fireplace or insert, you'll enjoy the warmth and ambiance of fire with contemporary style and the latest technology. Whether you're looking for wood, electric, or gas, indoors or out, Majestic offers a broad range of sizes and styles. Visit their showroom on Bowes Road in Elgin or call for a free estimate. 847-741-5903. 847-741-5903. House of Fireplaces, giving you a warm feeling since 1953.
At Motorworks in Barrington, 6 iconic brands come together in one convenient location to meet all your automotive needs. From BMW and Mercedes-Benz to Cadillac, Porsche, Honda, and Infiniti, their showroom offers an unmatched selection. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned, or simply need trusted care for your current vehicle, Motorworks has you covered. It's car buying made simple. Visit them today and see why Chicagoland drivers trust Motorworks.com.
Hey Blackhawks fans, it's Frank Nazar. Let's go. More Blackhawks hockey coming your way.
Well, on a piece of Blackhawks history, Blackhawks Authentics is the official retailer for Blackhawks game-used and team-issued gear and equipment. Items available for purchase range from game-used helmets and gloves to pucks, skates, and a whole lot more. Make sure to check out blackhawks.com/authentics for all the details.
Well, the Flyers' Trevor Zegras was assessed a 2-minute minor penalty for interference. That penalty at 6:36 of period number 2. Hawks get their third Citco power play of the night. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Citco. Download the app now to start saving. Nazar's been tossed off the dot. It's going to be Connor Bedard facing off with Big Sean Couturier. And the draw ends up on the stick of Frundell along the left side boards. He's got the puck now between his skates. Pulled out of there. Bertuzzi's got it. Bertuzzi in the high slot. Passing to Nazar left point. To the deep slot, Levshunov. Back to Nazar. Back to Levshunov. Moving to the top of the right circle, fires, and that hits Sanheim. Turns sideways in front of the net. Loose puck into the near corner. Luke Glendening had it stripped away by Frank Nazar. And then the puck swept by York behind the net. Bertuzzi's got it there. Tried to flip it in front. Nazar collects. So Bertuzzi right circle to Frundell along the right boards. To Levshunov right point. He snaps the puck down to the right wing corner, intended for Bertuzzi. But it bleeds off his stick blade, and Sanheim will clear it off the boards and down into the Hawks zone.
Yeah, kind of a hot potato out there. Nobody could really take control of the puck, settle it down, and eventually it was Philly who did jump on a loose puck. He got the 200-foot clear.
Bedard firing it down the right side glass into the Flyer zone, but it circles the net and ends up the near side. Cates will fire it all the way down. 59 seconds on the Hawk power play. Levshunov hands it off to Frundell, left wing of center ice. Goes rink wide with a pass to Teravainen to the right wing corner. Flyer in. Nick Seeler breaks that up. Moves the puck free to Ristolainen back of the net, and he'll clear it all the way down. So far, nothing going for the Hawks.
No, 3 clears by the Philadelphia Flyers. That effectively killed about a minute, and there's only 35 seconds to go here in that penalty.
Levshunov to Green, center ice. Got by a check over the Flyer line to the slot and fires a shot, but Seeler reaching in will deflect that one up and out of play. It's got to be frustrating for the Hawks. They get these power play opportunities and just aren't able to generate too much.
No, Nick Seeler, very good positionally. The guy I've really noticed in this hockey game thus far is Rasmus Ristolainen. You know, a defensive defenseman, just 1 goal on the year in the 33 games he has played, but he's been a tower of power out there as far as making hits, blocking shots. He might have even gotten a stick on that last shot by Ryan Green, deflected it up into the netting. A guy that you don't normally notice on the scoreboard, but he is a great equalizer out there.
Glendening and Frundell face off. Glendening wins this one to the near corner Flyer end. York picks up the puck, whips it behind the Flyer net, around up the left wing side and down inside the Hawk zone. And Sam Renzel has it 10 feet inside the line. Head to Ryan Green at center ice. He'll stick it down the boards in behind the Flyer net into the near corner. Burakovsky strips it away from Sanheim to Frundell left corner. Now the left point. Renzel's got it there. Tried to work it past Glendening. He did, but then lost the puck to Sanheim, who clears it down as the Flyers come to full strength.
Yeah, I had the Philadelphia Flyers with 5 clears. They won a face-off also. They had 5 clears, and boy, that's going to eat up a big chunk of your power play.
And the clears exceed the shots on goal by the opposition. You pretty well killed it off. Here's Emil Andre back into the Hawk zone to Konechny along the right boards. Turn the puck over. Crevier took it away now behind the net. He and Dvorak battle. And then Vlasic reaching in, took it away to Sasha Boisvert in his NHL debut. To Crevier across the Flyer line on the right wing. Tried to fire one toward the net. Sealer blocked that with his skate. Konecny then pressured by Crevier. Puck rolls to the line. And Ilya Mikheyev, he didn't mean to do it. He got a little too much air on this. He flipped the puck up into the protective netting and out of play. So Hawks 0 for 3 on the Sitco power play. Trail in the game 3-0 with 10:41 left in period number 2.
Well, tonight's Coaches Challenges are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine, with 8 specialties ranked among the top 10 in the nation by U.S. News & World Report. The teams at Northwestern Medicine offer second opinions for the toughest conditions. And, John, you look at this Philadelphia Flyer team, they've already got 4 more points than had all of last year. But they are 5 points behind the Ottawa Senators for that wild card spot number 2. But there is a belief in this team that they can get on a little bit of a heater here and possibly catch one of those teams that they're chasing.
I believe Ottawa's playing at home tonight. I'm going to try and get an update on that score. Meanwhile, the Flyers attack. Noah Cates on the right wing side of the Hawk zone whips a wrist shot in on goal, and Knight makes the glove save and holds on to it there. For the Flyers, that's shot number 14 on the night. They've been outshot by the Hawks 15-14, but lead on the scoreboard where it counts. 3-0 in favor of Philly.
Just getting back to Philly, I mean, they've had a nice little run lately. 9-3-1 in their last 12 games. They had won 3 in a row before the loss of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Their head coach, Rick Tocchet, I think he's at times been exceedingly patient with this team. And the patience is paying off. They're a more competitive team than they have been the last couple of years.
Yeah, Rick Tocchet, he's won Coach of the Year before. This is his 4th team as head coach, 10 years behind the bench. Started with Tampa and then, of course, stops in Arizona, Vancouver, and now here in Philadelphia.
Well, Kaiser and Grunstrom get their sticks on the puck simultaneously, and it deflects over the glass and out of play. We'll be in New York tomorrow night, the Big Apple, and Madison Square Garden will be the venue. I love working Madison Square Garden. Love going into there for hockey.
Just a great feeling. Obviously, the history of that building and all that it's seen and put on as far as concerts and games and, well, everything really when you think about it.
Boxing matches?
And boxing. Yeah. At one time, there used to be a bowling alley above Madison Square Garden. I don't know if it's still there or not.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Bowling for Dollars. I don't know if you remember that old show, Bowling for Dollars, was shot out of Madison Square Garden. Yeah,
I never knew that. Yeah. I know that they've got the Felt Forum that's about halfway down the circular walkway. It's like a 4,000-seat little theater, if you will.
One of my first games ever, John, in the NHL was at Madison Square Garden. I was called up. I was playing junior hockey in Oshawa. I was called up by the Calgary Flames. They played at home first, but our first game on the road was in New York, Madison Square Garden. And I'll never forget just walking through the city in absolute awe, all the buildings. And then, of course, the building itself, MSG. There's none like it.
For a young kid right out of junior, what a thrill that must have been. There's Zegras from the slot taking a pass and firing, and down was Spencer Knight with a butterfly save. He'll hold the puck, and a whistle stops play. Got to take a quick break with 9:56 left in period number 2. Still 3-0 Flyers. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The Lisa Dent Show, weekdays 2 to 6 on WGN Radio.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking about gambling and you're losing more money than you have, are you really winning? If you're spending too much time with the slots or you can't stop betting on sports and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, maybe lying and probably losing more money than you can afford to lose, you're not alone and you can get help. It's available 24/7 and it's confidential. When your betting has gotten out of hand, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.areyoureallywinning.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services.
Jiffy Lube's quick, quality 15-minute oil change service will have your car ready before you know it. It's so fast, you'll find yourself saying, "Already ready?" Even now, after I just told you, you'll still be surprised at how fast and efficient it is. Plus, Jiffy Lube does more than just oil changes fast. They'll take care of the preventive maintenance your car needs to keep running smoothly, like free fluid top-offs, battery checks, and more. All in a jiffy. So come in today. You're practically already ready.
Find power and prestige in a brand new Porsche from the Porsche Exchange in Highland Park. Browse and test drive our extensive selection, like the 2026 Porsche Macan Electric. Right now, lease the 2026 Macan Electric for only $1049 a month for 39 months. Discover performance like no other when you visit the Porsche Exchange in Highland Park or PorscheExchange.com. $9,999 to sign up for qualified buyers. Excludes tax, title, license, and doc fee. No security deposit required. Expires 3/31/26.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Well, Who's Hot, Who's Cold is sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago, where they do it right the first time. And Who's Hot? How about Nick Lardis? Goals in back-to-back games. He's yet to score in this game. He has had 4 points over his last 2 games. Doing a real good job his first year in the NHL, a true rookie. And really excited about being on that line, showing some real good chemistry with Frank Nazar and Tyler Bertuzzi.
They'll grow together. It's going to be a lot of fun for Blackhawk fans to watch. Drop the puck in the Hawk zone. And Donato got it back, flipped it out to the right point. Drysdale there for the Flyers will stick the puck off the glass behind the net. Then Levshinoff in the far corner. Shot a pass ahead that deflects down to the Flyer blue line. Drysdale there, whipping it back into the Hawk end. Vlasic got to it in front of Andre. Passing it over into the far corner. Levshinoff with the lead pass up the right side. Off the stick of Ilya Mikheyev, and this is deflected up into the Flyer bench. So we get a whistle stopping play.
I really enjoyed talking with Nick Lardis the last couple of after the pregame skate. And it's great to see, too, because he goes out of his way to help some of the other young guys, whether it's Sasha Boisvert. I know that a couple of days ago with Anton Frondel, really helping him on the ice with defensive zone coverage. Here's a guy who's, still fighting for a spot in the NHL, as is Anton Frondel, but he's a team guy. He's trying to help out his teammates and make sure that their team is a lot better.
Got to love guys like that. Guys like that, in my opinion, are glue guys. They look past their own needs and think of the needs of the team and their teammates.
Absolutely.
Can't beat guys like that. Face-off circle to the right of Knight. Crevier got to the puck, pulls out the 8-iron, lifts it out to center ice. Green's got it for the Hawks into the Flyer zone. Top of the left circle, put it down in front. It's off the stick of Bedard. Frondel recovers and then lost the puck to Couturier back of the net. And he'll fling it around up the left wing side. And Couturier then took the puck and then had it taken away. Bedard in the left wing of the right wing corner. Tried to center the puck, picked off by Glendening. Passing up the left wing side. Couturier falling down. He's had some real back problems in the last couple of years. Tried to clear the zone. Held in, though, by the Hawks with some good hustle. Del Mastro along the left boards. Whips it down behind the net. Crevier along the right wing half boards. To Frondel back in the net for the right circle. Bedard shoots. He scores! A no-look backhand pass from Anton Frondel as his feet were right on top of the goal line, right next to the Flyer net. He just whipped the backhanded pass over to the right circle, and there was Bedard to bury it for his 30th goal in the season. 3-1 in favor of the Flyers.
And with that goal, it's time to break out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila. And yeah, what a pass by Anton Frondel. First of all, controlling the puck behind the net, and then the spinorama pass right out front. It goes onto the stick of Connor Bedard. And Connor Bedard, that's goal number 30 this year. He leads the Chicago Blackhawks in that category. He leads them in assists, too. That's his 67th point. And he's got the Blackhawks on the board.
So Bedard from Frondel, the goal at 11:11 of period number 2. Gives some life to the Hawks bench. Let's see how they respond from here on out. Here's a shot now by the Flyers. Came off the stick, a bump, top of the left circle, Hawk zone. And a glove save made by Spencer Knight, and he'll hold on to the puck. So his next faceoff is going to be in the circle to his right. This is going to be the Four Seasons faceoff. Your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric.
Well, for Connor Bedard, 7 goals now and 7 assists in his last 14 games. And that's all since the Olympic break. So the youngster on a little bit of a heater right now, and hopefully he's heating up his team right now, giving them some belief, giving them a little bit of momentum.
Point a game so far in his NHL career, huh? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Dvorak facing off now with Tyler Bertuzzi. Circle to Knight's right. Linesman holding onto the puck for a moment. Now he drops it. Dvorak put it to the right boards. The Hawks get possession. Here's Bertuzzi. Passing on the left wing side. Levshunov at center ice. He'll whip it down the boards in behind the Flyer net. Urson stopping the puck there for Drysdale. He spun it around up the near side. Picked off at the point by Nick Lardis. Down to Vlasic. Giving a bump off the puck. Flyers get it back. Cam York passing up the left wing. Connecting. That's center ice. Rink wide pass now for Bump down to the right wing corner. Hawks only turn the puck over. Hawks come back 2-on-1, led by Bertuzzi. Over the Flyer line to the left circle. Shoots! Oh, it hit the stick and the post, and the puck ricochets out. Great chance there for Tyler.
No, it's a 3-on-1 too. I'm glad he shot it though, because sometimes you can fool a goaltender in that situation. The only thing is you want to get a rebound off of that shot.
Bertuzzi took the puck away behind the Flyer net. Flipped it out in front. Tended for Mikheyev. He had it knocked off his stick to the left wing corner. And now Noah Cates to the puck. Leaves it in the corner for Emil Andre. Puck spurts free and in front of the net. Drysdale got to the puck. Moves it off the left wing boards to Alex Bump at center ice to Matvei Michkov into the Hawks on left wing side to a wide open Cates down the slot with a backhand. He scores. Well, a good response by the Flyers, and when you see a goal scored like that and a guy that wide open, you have to ask, how did he get so clear?
Yeah.
Noah Cates came right in uncontested on Spencer Knight, went from the forehand to the backhand and put it home 4-1 in favor of Philly.
Well, that's the fourth goal now for Noah Cates in the last 5 games. He did not get one against the Columbus Blue Jackets, but he scored in the previous 3 games. He scored in this one, and it looks like he came right off the bench. Now, why Kaiser was tying his man up along the boards. Noah Cates is wide open, and it was 1-on-1 with Spencer Knight. Not a heck of a lot Spencer Knight could do on that, and a really nice goal from Noah Cates.
4-1 in favor of Philly, 7:19 left in period number 2. Off the draw, Flyers get the puck. Ristolainen, quick pass ahead to Couturier, Hawk blue line. They snap it down behind the net. Knight is able to corral it, put the puck to the near boards, and Del Mastro will lift the puck down ice into the Flyer end. Ristolainen chased in behind the Flyer net there by Bedard, clears to center ice. Zegras takes the puck over the center ice circle. Back to Ristolainen at the Flyer blue line on the right wing side. He'll back up and flip it ahead down into the Hawk zone to the right wing corner. Revier tried to take it away from Zegras, could not. Zegras flips it to the right point where Ristolainen fires, and that deflects wide. Tip it, top of the left circle to Couturier, left wing corner. Fed it back into the high slot. It goes. Sanheim fires. Kicked out by Knight. Tip it along the right boards. Takes the puck back. Sends it down behind the Hawk net. Rolls up the far side, and Frondell took it away from Sanheim. Head to Ryan Green at center ice. He's upset and goes down to the ice. I think he got his skates locked up with a Flyer. No penalty call. Del Mastro, meanwhile, to center ice. To Bedard over the Flyer line. To Slaggert in the right wing circle, leaving the puck in the right wing corner. Connor Bedard, sharp angle shot. Urson holds the far post to knock that one away. Nice hustle there by Slaggert to keep the puck alive at the right point. And then he lost it down the boards, and Sanheim's got it for the Flyers. He banks the puck off the inboards to Ristolainen. He'll lift one out to the Hawk blue line. Levshunov there, passing over the center ice circle to Slaggert, to Teuvo Teravainen. He's into the Flyer zone at the right point. Stopping there, he'll dump it across to the left wing corner. But the Flyers take it back, and Noah Cates will carry out. Cates makes a pass ahead, picked off by Teravainen, but he lost the puck to Ristolainen of the Flyers. Head to Grunstrom into the Hawk zone, turned it over, and then Teravainen, Hawk blue line, tried to flip the puck ahead for Sasha Boisvert, was too far ahead of him. Drysdale took the puck back, got it ahead into the Hawk zone, Emil Andre. Now to the right wing circle to Dvorak, to the high slot, Drysdale firing a shot, partially blocked by Teravainen. Puck goes wide. York from the left point to Drysdale at the right point. Spins it down to the right wing corner. Konechny there, back to Drysdale, right point. Leaving it at the point, Konechny, he turns it over. Teuvo Teravainen to center ice. All he can do is bump it down ice to the left wing corner in the Flyer zone, then get off on a change. And Konechny back to get the puck for Philly. Passing on the left wing to Andre at center ice. to York over the Hawk line on the right wing, and he'll backhand the puck down behind the net. Rolls up the far side to Burakovsky. Kept it away from Couturier. Here's Burakovsky using his feet to kick the puck free to his stick to Crevier. And then to Ryan Donato, Flyer line. To Kaiser over the line. Bumped off the puck at the left point. Tries to stab it down the boards. Donato does. To Burakovsky, left wing corner. To Donato. Send it over to Crevier. Right circle. He fires. That goes high and wide of the net. Louis was kind of hurried on that shot. And now Burakovsky along the left wing boards in the corner. Tried to flip it back to the right point for Crevier. This pass missed. Ends up back in the Hawk zone. Burakovsky now hands the puck to Donato down the left wing into the Flyer zone. His stick was lifted off the puck, and the puck cleared around by Andre down to the Hawk blue line. Garnett halfway to get it. Fed the slot Couturier. He fires, and that goes wide. Hathaway chases it down to the right wing corner. The Flyers' leading hitter. Put it out to the right point to Andre. The Couturier right corner. He sent it toward the net. It deflects out to Hathaway, who fires. And Knight stops that with the pads. Now loose puck in the far corner. Picked up by Emil Andre. Leaving it for Tippett in the left wing corner. Rolls into the left circle. And cuts in front of the net with an individual effort. Tried to jam it on goal. Knight got the pad down, knocking the puck away. Lardis will escape with the puck. Moving up the left wing to the Hawk blue line where he's hit. But lifts the puck down ice into the Flyer zone. Hawks and Flyers make line changes.
That last pressure shift by Philadelphia all started with a turnover by the Blackhawks. They controlled the puck. They turned it over and then spent the next 30 seconds inside their own zone.
Bertuzzi to center ice to Levshunov. Back to Bertuzzi over the Flyer blue line. Bertuzzi to the left wing side. Leaving the puck for Vlasic. It's off his stick. Vlasic tried to keep it in at the point. Slapped down ice, however, by Zegras. And down behind the Hawk net, Levshunov fends off a check. Moves the puck ahead. Nazar to center ice. Crossing the Flyer line. Gave it to Bertuzzi left point. Bothered by Grunstrom, but leaves the puck at the point. Vlasic there. Put it to the left circle. Was into Teravainen skates. And Cates has got it for the Flyers the other way. Over the Hawk line down the right wing. Firing a backhander. This deflects over the net. Teravainen will guide it up the right wing side to center ice. Was intended for Bertuzzi. But the Flyers take the puck back. There is Ristolainen down the right wing Hawk zone. Firing a tough angle shot. And that hit the side of the post. And now Crevier will settle the puck down in behind the Hawk net as the teams make line changes.
That last shot might have gone off the outside of the post. And I don't know that it would have went in because Spencer Knight was in perfect position, but we certainly heard a clank from up here.
Here's Dvorak carrying out of the Flyer zone to center ice. Crossing the Hawk blue line. Fed it down the right wing. Konechny rolling to the net. He got a shot away. This deflects up into the protective netting and out of play. We're down to 1:46 left in period number 2. Flyers 4 and the Hawks 1. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or United.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Hi, this is Dave Musil, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, and I want to guarantee you a breakdown-free winter. Did you know that a dirty furnace costs more to operate and can lead to higher utility bills and untimely breakdowns? Now is the time to schedule your Four Seasons furnace tune-up and save $50. A Four Seasons furnace tune-up includes a 35-point inspection, complete cleaning, and we calibrate every component of your furnace. So call today.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Petarinos is celebrating 25 years as the heartbeat of the Loop. Join them for weekly lunch specials, including their mouth-watering Italian beef and soon-to-be famous seared yellowfin tuna sandwich with yuzu lemon aioli. Hear jazz every Monday night or try Sunset Sips in the Loop, 2 to 5 and 8 p.m. to close Monday through Friday. Heated patio is open, so bring your pups and enjoy catering from Petarinos Pasticceria, offering breakfast sandwiches to house-made pastas. Visit petarinos.com to place your order.
Hey Blackhawks fans, it's Andre Burakovsky. Game on. It's time for Blackhawks hockey.
Well, Speed of the Game is sponsored by Chicagoland Jiffy Lube. Visit your local Jiffy Lube today for a quick quality oil change that gets you in and out in a jiffy. And how about Arvid Soderblom? 6 times this year, the Blackhawks have given up 45 or more shots. Arvid has been in net for 5 of those games. He's a very respectable 2 wins and 3 losses. And, of course, that last win on Long Island in New York, he stopped 45 of 47 shots fired his way. A spectacular effort from Arvid Soderblom.
Steve, you talked about the record 2-3 in that morass, if you will, of all those games where he faced that many shots. I think most goaltenders would be looking at an 0-5 record after something like that. But Arvid, he's kept them in games to where, okay, he may have taken the loss, but at least they had a chance.
And he probably gets to start tomorrow in New York at Madison Square Garden. So that should be a highlight for him, I would think.
Now Bedard is rocked with a body check along the near boards by Ristolainen. We'll find out if one of the Hawks decides to go out there and visit with Rasmus Ristolainen. He's a big man, 6'5" and about 230. They continue to play. Bedard seems none the worse for wear, lining up in a high slot as they scrum for the puck in the right wing corner. Puck comes free to the near corner, and Ristolainen's got it there, lifts it over everybody and down. Oh, Couturier got to it first, moves in on goal, and fires a shot over the net. Under a minute to play here in the second period, 4-1 Flyers. Zegras in the left wing corner, sent it toward the net, redirected on goal, turned out of there by Knight. Now Drysdale, top of the right circle, outfought for the puck there by Tyler Bertuzzi. Head to Anton Frundell. He's into the Flyer zone down the left wing side and snaps one in on goal. Erson will stop it with the stick and cover with the glove and hold it. We're down to 39 seconds left in period number 2. Flyers leading 4-1. Shots on goal favoring Philly, 21-17.
Yeah, John, I was going to say, I think Couturier maybe tripped Ethan Del Mastro on this play. No, Del Mastro went down by himself. I take that back. Couturier, who was scored in this hockey game, mentioned he scored in that last game against the Columbus Blue Jackets. That was his first goal in 8 games. And he's on a little bit of a heater right now. Couturier is the guy who went through a 31-game goal drought. And now he's got a couple in back-to-back games.
Off the draw, the puck deflects down ice into the Hawk zone. Levshunov is chased down, turned the puck over to Cates for a moment, and then battles with Cates behind the net. Cates wins the battle to tip it right circle, put it in front. Dvorak redirects it on goal. He scores. It's 5-1 in favor of Philadelphia with 24 seconds left in period number 2.
You hate to give up a goal late in a period, and the Blackhawks just couldn't get to a loose puck. And it's the Philadelphia Flyers who do. The Blackhawks had control of it a couple of different times. And Tippett with a real smart play. He gets the pass. He realizes that Dvorak's wide open on the far side of the net. It's a shot pass. Cates was in on the forward check. He'll pick up the secondary assist. Tippett with the primary assist. And Radek Dvorak, the Chicago kid, gets the goal.
There's a reason he's centering that first line for the Philadelphia Flyers. He always had the work ethic. He didn't always have the success. Now Boisvert's got the puck. Want to break into the Flyer zone. Shoots from the left circle. And a butterfly save made by Ursa. Here are the Flyers on the counterattack. And the puck given up at center ice by Grundstrom. Taken back by Teravainen as the horn sounds, ending 40 minutes. So some definite frustration felt on the part of the Chicago Blackhawks after 2 periods of play here in Philadelphia. The Flyers, they had a 2-0 lead coming into the second period. They've added 3 goals. Barkey along with Cates and Dvorak just before the close of the frame. 5-1 Philadelphia. I mentioned the shots. It's now 24-19 in favor of the Flyers. The Hawks, I'm going to throw this out there, Steve, and see what you think. I feel like they're getting outworked in this game, and I feel like that's the difference.
Yeah, it is. And my apologies to Christian Dvorak. I called him Radek Dvorak, and of course there was a Radek Dvorak who played in the NHL, but Christian with the last goal to make it 5-1. I think head coach Rick Tocchet lit a fire under his team, especially after their last performance against the Columbus Blue Jackets here at home. It was a must-win situation for them. They didn't put up much of a fight. They ended up losing that game 3-1, but they came ready to play in this one. And right after the Blackhawks scored, and Connor Bedard with his 30th of the year, I thought maybe a game, it's 3-1, they responded in a very positive manner, and give them full credit for this 5-1 lead.
By the way, don't beat yourself up on the misspeak about the name. I called Travis Sanheim Paul Ranheim earlier in the game.
Yeah, well, Blackhawks don't have their A game tonight, neither do we, John.
No, we're working on it, though. We're working on it, doggone it. All right, 2 periods in the books here in Philadelphia. 5-1 favor the Flyers. Charlie's going to be along with a full intermission report here momentarily, and then third period action will follow. We'll find out if the Hawks have an epic comeback in store for their fans, or if this one's going to go the way of the Flyers. 5-1 in favor of Philly. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The NHL is officially back, and right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Put your first bet in the back of the net on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's Bob Surratt. If you follow hockey, you know how important protection is. Protecting the net, the lead, the win. Planning for retirement isn't much different. It's not one decision, it's many. Each one shapes the life you want. How to create reliable income, how much risk to take, when to step away from work, and how to safeguard what you've built. Handling all of that alone can feel like a full-time job. That's why I chose Trajan Wealth. Their fiduciary advisors work with you one-on-one to make the complex feel clear and build a plan that keeps your money working for what's ahead. Your strategy starts with a simple conversation. For a retirement plan you can trust, let Trajan Wealth guide you. Schedule your complimentary review at TrajanWealth.com or visit their offices in Naperville, Park Ridge, or Orland Park. Trajan Wealth, helping protect what you've built for what comes next.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
True North Store's beverage clubs just got bigger. Buy 6 Celsius, Pure Leaf Tea, Starbucks Energy, or Pepsi 1 liter flavors and get the 7th free. Whether you're craving an energy boost or just something to quench your thirst, they've got the drink for you. As a True Rewards member, sip and save with their clubs when you buy 6 and get the 7th free. Download now from your favorite app store for more details. True North convenience stores and True Rewards. Fast, friendly, and clean.
You love pizza. Who doesn't? Now you can make your own 5-star pizzeria quality pizza right at home. Chicago Brick Oven's premium wood-fired and hybrid pizza ovens provide more than just a meal. It's an experience. Chicago Brick Oven's authentic high-heat cooking makes blistered, perfect crust pizza every single time. Made in America, designed for backyard kitchens, patios, and outdoor living spaces. Call 866-489-1690. Throughout March, mention WGN to claim your special offer or visit ChicagoBrickOven.com.
Hire Lindemann for your annual fireplace inspection. Take advantage of a complete inspection for just $72. Visit WGNFireplace.com today. WGNFireplace.com.
Time for a break. It's intermission time.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Here's Charlie Remiliotis with your intermission update.
40 minutes is in the books over in Philadelphia, and the Flyers have extended their lead to 5-1 against the Blackhawks, who found themselves down 2-0 in the first period. Hawks now 4-goal deficit going into the third, so they're going to need a big comeback in the final frame to get back into this game. At each home game at the United Center this season, we will be saluting a veteran, which is sponsored by JeffBuysYourHouse.com, a proud veteran-owned business serving Chicagoland since 2007. How about some scores around the NHL? Another busy night, 12 other games on the docket. We start in Montreal, where the Canadiens are hosting the Columbus Blue Jackets. That's still a 1-1 tie in the second intermission. It was 1-1 through one period. It is still 1-1 through two. We also have a tie over in Ottawa between the Senators and Penguins, 2-2 through two periods of play. Erik Karlsson has found the back of the net for the Penguins to even things up. That's his 12th goal of the season. So a little bit of news, though, on the Pittsburgh Penguins front, which is not good. Penguins captain Sidney Crosby left this game in the second period, and he has been ruled out for the rest of the game. So we'll have to monitor his status moving forward. Evgeny Malkin is also not playing in this game for Pittsburgh. He's out with a second straight game with an upper body injury. So now Penguins are out without their 1-2 punch, and they are fighting for a playoff seed and spot. So we'll have to monitor that situation moving forward. We also have a tie over in Tampa Bay, where the Lightning are hosting the Seattle Kraken. It's a 3-3 score through 2 periods of play. This is game 2 of a 7-game homestand for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Speaking of the Lightning, too, they are without their captain, Victor Hedman, in this game, who was announced earlier today that he will be temporarily stepping away from the team for personal reasons. So wishing him the best, and hopefully he comes back for the Tampa Bay Lightning in time for the stretch run and for the playoffs for Tampa Bay. The first game of the ESPN doubleheader tonight is the Minnesota Wild in Florida to take on the Panthers. It's a 2-0 score in favor of Minnesota. Shots on goal are now 30-14 in favor of the Wild. Marcus Foligno is back in the lineup for the Minnesota Wild after he missed the last month with an injury. He's skating on a line with his brother, former Blackhawks captain Nick Foligno, and Marcus found the back of the net. He opened the scoring in this game, 2:47 into the second period. Ryan Hartman has also chipped in with a goal, his 17th on the year. The New York Islanders are looking to bounce back against that tough loss to Chicago on Tuesday. They still hold a 1-0 lead on the Dallas Stars. The third period has just started in that game. Bo Horvat has found the back of the net for his 30th of the season. Number 1 overall pick, Matthew Schaefer, who logged almost 32 minutes of ice time against the Blackhawks on Tuesday, which was a career high. He picked up an assist on the Bo Horvat goal. Some other games that are currently in the first intermission, the San Jose Sharks and St. Louis Blues. It's a 0-0 score right now. San Jose is looking to snap a 5-game losing skid. They've been outscored 27-11 during that 5-game stretch. They've allowed at least 4 goals in all 5 of those games. On the other side, the St. Louis Blues, they're 9-2-2 out of the Olympic break, 1.62 goals against average in those 13 games. That's first in the entire NHL. So the St. Louis Blues have come out with as a completely different team out of the Olympic break. The New Jersey Devils are in Nashville tonight to take on the Predators. That's a 1-0 game in favor of New Jersey at the first intermission. Jack Hughes had put New Jersey on the board 18:02 into the first period. The Predators, by the way, have won a season-high 5 games in a row, so they're looking to make it 6. And then the last game that's currently going on, the Colorado Avalanche and Winnipeg Jets are knotted up at 1-1 through 1 period of play. Mark Scheifele has scored his 33rd goal of the season. And by the way, he picked up a Gordie Howe hat trick the other day. That's his 3rd Gordie Howe hat trick of the season. That is absolutely crazy. I imagine that's among the leaders in the NHL, not just this season, but among active NHL players. And then 4 late games tonight. Utah Mammoth are hosting the Washington Capitals tonight. The Calgary Flames are hosting the Anaheim Ducks. Calgary 4-0 in its last 4 games after 2-7-1 in its previous 10. The Anaheim Ducks are on a 5-game point streak, 4-0-1. So we'll see who prevails in that game. The Edmonton Oilers are in Vegas tonight to take on the Golden Knights. Very likely a first-round preview for between Edmonton and Vegas, who seem destined to face each other in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And then the Vancouver Canucks are hosting the LA Kings tonight. The Kings are 0-1-3 in their last 4 games. Elsewhere in sports, let's get to some MLB opening day scores. Unfortunately, both the Chicago Cubs and Chicago White Sox suffered losses today. Cubs lost to the Washington Nationals at Wrigley Field 10-4, and the White Sox got routed by the Brewers 14-2 in Milwaukee. Meanwhile, over in Philadelphia, the Blackhawks are also getting routed to the Philadelphia Flyers. It's a 5-1 score. We'll break down the second period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Chris Cuomo from News Nation. The Blackhawks play here on WGN Radio.
Right now at Bob Josh Chevrolet in Elburn, everyone qualifies for supplier pricing on Silverado Light Duty. No special connections, no fine print, just straight up savings on America's most trusted truck. You'll get supplier pricing plus bonus cash, loyalty offers, even Costco incentives. If you've been waiting for the right time to buy a truck, this is it. Shop now to save with supplier pricing for everyone. Available this month only at Bob Josh Chevrolet, Route 47 in Elburn, next to Reams Meat Market. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. I've seen a lot of stat sheets in my career, but when it comes to beer, these numbers jump off the page. Flight by Yuengling, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and brewed with crisp, refreshing flavor. That's not just light beer, it's light beer with game, and it's brewed by the oldest brewery in America. Bottom line, if you care about performance and taste, Flight by Yuengling brings both. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
When you're looking for replacement windows and doors that'll stand up to Chicago's extreme weather, look no further than Next Door & Window.
Next fiberglass windows can last up to 50 years. They outperform vinyl and wood options and deliver better energy efficiency year-round. And right now, when you buy one window, you'll get another one 30% off, with 18 months of interest-free financing.
So give Next a call at 844-600-NEXT or visit nextwindow.com today.
We're right next door.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
WGN Chicago is your radio home for the Hawks, the Cats, March Madness, and the Indy 500. On air and on smart devices worldwide.
Second intermission in Philadelphia. The Blackhawks trail the Flyers 5-1. This has been a really sloppy game for the Blackhawks, who are coming off a nice win against the New York Islanders on Tuesday, 4-3 victory, although I will say the third period was all New York, and so the Hawks kind of barely escaped that game with 2 points. The Hawks, puck management hasn't been great in this game, and then even when the Hawks end up cutting the deficit from 3-0 to 3-1, Hawks had a 3-on-1 opportunity very shortly after with Tyler Bertuzzi, who elected to shoot the puck, which I thought was the right move, to be honest with you, because I thought the defenseman actually played it well. Hawks can't convert there, and then the Philadelphia Flyers go the other way shortly after, and they make it 4-1, and it just felt like that kind of took the wind out of the sails of a potential Blackhawks comeback, at least in the period. And then Philadelphia ends up scoring with 24.4 seconds left. We always talk about how those late period goals just feel like daggers. And so that kind of felt like one for the Blackhawks, who, they're going to have to put together a really strong third period to get back into this game. And that's going to lead us to our third period projections, sponsored by Robinhood. You expect more from yourself, expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. I'm expecting the Philadelphia Flyers. Let's play role reversal here. I think the Blackhawks, they held a 4-1 lead going into the Islanders game on Tuesday, and the Islanders really pushed back and they made it a hockey game. Let's see if the Hawks can do something similar, even though they don't have the same as what's on the line for the New York Islanders, what was on the line for them on Tuesday. Hawks aren't really playing for anything standings wise, but let's see if they can do a similar thing to what the New York Islanders did on Tuesday, and at least kind of go down fighting. And so we'll see if the Hawks can do that. Philadelphia Flyers are probably going to do a nice job of shutting the door, but sometimes when you build a lead of this magnitude, it could be easy to kind of just rest on it and try to protect it, and then sometimes that can get you in trouble. So we'll see if the Hawks can take advantage. We'll set up that third period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Marquette Bank has been helping small business owners for 80 years. 80 years is a long time. When you bank with Marquette Bank, you have a partner for your business. Whether you need a small business loan, help with cash management, or help with your personal banking, Marquette Bank is here to support your business. When you bank with Marquette Bank, good things happen for you and your neighborhood. Marquette Bank. Love where you bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 462926.
Hearing I had cancer was devastating. Learning vital organs would be temporarily removed to reach it had me speechless. I'm Jessica. When I found out I had a tumor stretching from my heart to my hip, the first thing I thought of was my family. Then my cancer, cardiology, and transplant team at Northwestern Medicine came up with a plan to save my life.
Nationally ranked for cancer by U.S. News and World Report, Northwestern Memorial Hospital was one of the only hospitals in the nation with the collective expertise to perform Jessica's 10-hour surgery. After temporarily removing her liver and kidney to reach the tumor, they replaced the damaged vein and removed the additional cancer that had grown into her heart.
My team stopped at nothing so that I'm able to be here with my family.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
You don't need a vacation home. You need a better backyard. Imagine stepping outside to a custom stone patio, soft landscape lighting, a fire pit that turns any night into an event. That's what a Garden Guy Landscaping creates. Outdoor spaces that feel like an escape at home. From patios and pavers to outdoor kitchens and lighting design, they handle everything from concept to completion. This isn't landscaping, it's lifestyle design. For your free estimate, call 224-676-0222 or visit GardenGuyLandscaping.com.
Hey, Blackhawks fans, here's a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up.
It's the final 20. The third period's just ahead. Here's Charlie Romeliotis with your recap.
Well, there wasn't much to root for in the first 2 periods of play, but the Hawks did find the back of the net, and it was Connor Bedard scoring his 30th goal of the season from Anton Frondel.
Del Mastro along the left boards, whips it down behind the net. Crevier along the right wing half boards. To Frondel back in the net for the right circle. Bedard shoots, he scores! A no-look backhand pass from Anton Frondel as his feet were right on top of the goal line, right next to the Flyer net. He just whipped the backhanded pass over to the right circle, and there was Bedard to bury it for his 30th goal in the season. 3-1 in favor of the Flyers.
Boy, the first of very many Bedard and Frondel connection, hopefully for the foreseeable future and long-term future of the Blackhawks. What's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Let's go back over to John and Steve for the start of the third.
Charlie, thank you very much, and I echo your sentiments. Let's hope that Frondel and Bedard, let's hope that that combination clicks a whole bunch of times before those guys are finished playing. I'm talking about in the thousands, guys. I mean, that's what I want to see.
Well, when you think about it, they could conceivably be teammates for the next 12, 15 years.
Kind of like Taves and Kane, maybe? Yeah. Well, we'll see. Time will tell. I guess I got a little out over my skis there with that thousands of time, but I can be hopeful, right? Wishful thinking.
But, both of those guys, you think at the end of their careers, they'll finish with pretty close to 1,000 points.
I think so. Inside the Hawk zone, Noah Cates rolls off a check from Rinzel, put the puck in behind the net. Michkov there, came out the far side, tried to tuck the puck on the short side. Knight slammed the door. Flyers get it back. Cates at the right point. Turning, will flip it down the dasher behind the Hawk net. Kaiser checked from behind by Grunstrom, who takes the puck away, and then Kaiser steps into him in the left wing corner. Took the puck away, spins it behind the net, around up the far side and out the center ice, forcing the Flyers to regroup back in their end. Here's Drysdale passing over to York. Up the right wing side now to Konechny at center ice. Drops the puck in the left wing corner, Hawk zone. Rinzel put it behind the net and up the left wing side to Frondel. Rink wide pass Bedard. He's over the Flyer line at the right point. And by the way, folks, I'm going to stop in just a second. As the play continues, we have a gentleman here in the booth with us who's one of my favorite all-time Blackhawks, Mr. Patrick Sharp. Put her there, buddy. You look awesome. That's a sharp-dressed man.
Well, you know what? That's what makes me jealous. Not only is he a great guy, but he's a heck of a good-looking man.
He's a handsome man. Yes. Oh, man.
Some guys have all the luck.
Big part of those 3 cups, I'll tell you. Frondel into the Flyer zone from the left circle. Will rip a wrist shot in on goal, and a glove save is made by their goaltender, Samuel Ersson. Boy, Patrick Sharp, I think about it, Steve, the night that the Blackhawks won the Cup in 2010, Sharpie knew the puck was in the net. He was one of the guys that didn't turn and go the other way when everybody thought that Patrick Kane's shot had skittered through the crease and hit the corner and ricocheted back down ice, into the Hawk end.
Yeah.
Sharpie was in the right wing circle. He saw it go in the whole time. He knew it.
It was just an amazing reaction, first of all, from Patrick Kane, and then Sharpie, then the rest of the team when they realized what had happened. And, it had been a long time since the Blackhawks had won their last Stanley Cup. Was it 1939?
38.
38.
Actually, 38, 61, 34, 38,
that's right,
61.
61.
Yeah. And then 2010. Puck goes out of play. You haven't missed much, folks. 5-1 in favor of the Flyers with 18-10 left in period number 3. I feel like I've got to tell them that, because somebody out there is going to be saying, come on, Weideman.
Well, it's funny. I just saw Keith Jones before the puck drop earlier in the hockey, president of the Philadelphia Flyers, and I asked about Patrick Sharp, if he's around much, and he goes, he scouts for us. He does a lot of professional development. He's normally up in Connecticut with his family.
Right.
And, can see a lot of players in that area. But I'm just glad that he made it to the game and stopped by the booth.
Absolutely. Well, Ryan Donato in the far corner Flyer zone. Lost the puck up the board. Zegras has it now. Would have had the center ice to Barkey. Former London Knight will dump it off the right corner board's Hawk zone. Tippett got it. Hands it off to Zegras, who pounds one in for the left circle. And Spencer Knight down with a butterfly save will hold the puck. Face-off will be in the circle to his right. We're down to 17:48 left in period number 3.
Trevor Zegras with no goals in his last 6 games, but he's having a pretty good night here tonight. Currently 1 assist off of 3 shots. He does have 22 goals, and that's 1 shy of his career high. He did it a couple of times with the Anaheim Ducks. And he also has 8 power play goals, which is most on this team. But Trevor Zegras pretty noticeable in tonight's game.
Mm-hmm. Game over from the Anaheim Ducks in a trade. Off the draw, here's Drysdale, another former Anaheim Duck, now current Flyer, firing a long wrist shot from the left point. That's into the glove of Spencer Knight. He holds it for the whistle. We'll get another face-off in the circle to his right.
Drysdale did have a goal against the Columbus Blue Jackets. He and Couturier, the only 2 goal scorers. So he now has 8 goals on the year. And he has 5 goals in his last 16 games. Boy, he's heating up right at the right time.
Landon Slaggert takes the puck through center and over the Flyer blue line on the right wing. He sends it down behind the net. Taken away by Glendening. He'll stick it back in behind the net around, and now it bounces out to Slaggert. This is off the stick of Teravainen from behind the net. And Slaggert fires a point-blank shot that's turned out of there by Urson.
Real smart play by Teuvo Teravainen. He just wedged his stick. The puck was coming around the boards. He wedged it so the puck would come right out front. It did. Landon Slaggert was there, but he was a little tight to the goaltender. Didn't really have an angle, and Urson makes the stop.
Sasha Boisvert will take a pass there from Del Mastro to center ice on the left wing. Dumps the puck off the inboards, wide of the Flyer net. Bounces out to Ristolainen. He's pounded with a body check there by Lardis. Ristolainen shot the puck ahead. This deflects down to the left wing corner Hawk zone. And then Renzel turned it over to Cates, to Sanheim left point. Ristolainen right point, long wrist shot into the glove of Spencer Knight. Made it look easy. He holds on for the whistle. We'll get a face-off in the circle to his left. And no change in the score.
I love seeing this communication. And I know it's been a tough night for Spencer Knight. Not that any of the goals really his fault. It's 5-1, but he gave a tap to Wyatt Kaiser, the young defenseman, because he got out of his way and he could see that shot. And goaltender's very appreciative of that. It's so easy to kind of lose track of where the puck is, where the shooting lane is, and accidentally screw your netminder. Wyatt Kaiser just made sure he got out of the way, and it made it an easy stop for Spencer Knight.
Out the Hawk blue line, puck taken away by Cates. Tried to work it down to the corner, bounces out to Renzel instead. To Bertuzzi, Flyer line left wing side. Little slap pass across the rink, picked up by York. To Grunstrom, crossing the Hawk line at the left point. He snaps a shot that goes wide. Wyatt Kaiser in the far corner. Had the puck stripped away by Cates, and then Nazar strips it away from Cates behind the Hawk net. Nazar leaving the puck for Kaiser. He'll hold it behind the net as the Hawks are going to complete a line change now. And Kaiser holding on for that extra couple of seconds. Need a pass up the right wing to Nazar. Rink-wide pass for Lardis at center ice, picked off by connecting of the Flyers. They'll bump into the Hawk zone. Now dropping it off for Dvorak in the slot. He did a little deke maneuver and then lost the handle on the puck to the left wing corner, but the Flyers will get it back. Ristolainen high slot, long wrist shot deflected wide by Alex Bump. Dvorak along the left sideboard. Spins it behind the net into the near corner. Sanheim deflects it to Alex Bump along the left wing boards. He got some room in the left wing circle and snaps it on goal. And a glove save made by Spencer Knight. He'll hold the puck in the Hawk crease. And some more replacements from the Hawks bench, primarily Crevier and Vlasic. And now the forward line changes as well.
Artie Levshunov getting a little physical with Bump. Bump after the shot. Head straight to the net, and Artie just wanted to make sure that you're not going to pick up any loose change, and gave him a little cross-check into the small of the back.
You know, he's such a nice kid, Artyom Levshunov, right? I mean, He's such a decent kid, polite and all of that. Then when you get onto the you get onto the ice rink at the NHL level, I think the expectation that you're going to play more physically, that maybe that your character would indicate, you know, maybe Levshunov is kind of caught in that situation right now. But
I think if you realize you'll help the team if maybe you're out of character a little bit and you know, play a little bigger than you are or play a little meaner than you naturally would be, I think you realize it's helping the team. And if you're going to help the team, that's ultimately what you want to do.
Here's Bedard down the right wing into the Flyer zone. Toe dragging a shot off the stick of Ersson. Tip it back the other way to the Hawk blue line. Into the Hawk zone. Put it down behind the net. And now here's Frondell dropping it at center ice for Bedard. Had it taken away by the Flyers. And then Green took the puck back inside the Hawk line to Frondell. He steps into the Flyer zone. Makes a between the leg pass intended for Bedard. Picked off by Zegras of the Flyers. Where the teams are having a real tough time sustaining pressure and hanging on to the puck. So many turnovers here in the last couple minutes as the puck deflects up and out of play from a pass from Andre that ends up off the stick of Luke Glendening.
Yeah, you know, kind of choppy play, and sometimes that'll happen when the game gets out of hand, and it's not totally out of hand, but 5-1 the score in favor of the Philadelphia Flyers if you're joining us late. You know, maybe a rookie mistake there by Frondell. He makes the blue line. He tries to drop it to Connor Bedard. That's a tough play for Connor because, unfortunately, the Philadelphia Flyers were changing at that exact time, and literally he was flanked by a couple of different orange jerseys as he tried to pick up the puck.
As the Flyers enter the Hawk zone led by Cam York, play is whistled down on the offside. So again, the face-off will be just outside the Hawk blue line at center ice. Shots now 29-21 favoring the Flyers. 14.5 left in period number 3. Flyers win the draw. Cam York at center, sticking it down the glass behind the Hawk net into the far corner to Del Mastro. The Levshunov back of the net. Passing up the left wing, Burakovsky, Hawk line. Hands it ahead to Donato, crossing the Flyer blue line, but Jamie Drysdale poke checks the puck away, and the Flyers get possession, and now Glendening at center ice on the left wing. Falls down, but slots the puck down behind the Hawk net, and Del Mastro will put it back in along the near boards to Levshunov. He'll move out and pass it ahead for Donato, who redirects the puck down in beside the Flyer net. Ersson out to sweep it away to the near boards. And the Flyers end up with it. Then Cates turns the puck over Hawk blue line to Renzel. Passing up the left wing to Donato. He's into the Flyer zone, but you heard that whistle cut the air. This play is ruled offside. 13:43 left in period number 3 here in Philadelphia. It's the Flyers 5 and the Hawks 1. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
No! It's just a golf lesson, champ. Listen up.
I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe?
Yeah.
I only paid.
Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Right now, for a limited time, lease the Hyundai Tucson for $229 a month. Or get 0% APR for 60 months plus 0 payments for 90 days. Offers end March 31st. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Wow, there are some mean guys on the radio.
I know, the political stuff is nasty.
No, I mean the mortgage guys. They're always slamming somebody. If you don't have something nice to say...
Lisa, Let's go to the mortgage team at Lakeside Bank.
Are they nice?
They're very nice. And we get our own personal Lakeside mortgage banker.
Lakeside, the home of the good guys.
And they'll help us get our home.
Nice.
See Lakeside Bank for your mortgage, refinance, or home equity loan. Lakeside Bank. It's about time. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hey Blackhawks fans, it's Ryan Donato. Break's over. More Blackhawks hockey coming up.
Well, Who's Hot, Who's Cold is sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago, where they do it right the first time. And Who's Hot? How about those Columbus Blue Jackets and Rick Bowness? The Rick Bowness effect is a thing. They were in 28th place when Bones took over that team. They are in 8th now in the NHL, a 19-3-4 run over 26 games. And who's not? Well, Seattle Kraken having a tough time right now. They've lost 4 straight, 8 of their last 10. They're now 5 points behind the Nashville Predators for the number 2 spot in the wild card. And they've got a team save percentage since the Olympic break of .846, which isn't great, although they are tied. Last I heard from Charlie Remiliotis, they were tied with the Tampa Bay Lightning in the second period.
We'll see that Seattle team in a few days. Got to finish this road trip, go home to the United Center, take on the Winnipeg Jets and Jonathan Toews. You wonder if that's going to be the last time we're going to see Johnny Toews playing in the National Hockey League. I personally hope not. I hope Johnny will find it in himself to get back into it and play again. But I guess we'll just have to see. But if it is his wish that that's the last time that he ever graces the United Center ice, get another icing call here. I think, Steve, you'd agree that he did what he could to help the team. He did a lot. And the Blackhawk fans and really the fans of the city of Chicago and the hockey world will appreciate him forever.
Yeah, it's totally up to him and his health. What I've noticed about him, John, he's gotten better as the year's gone on. I think that he wasn't real happy with the first month that he played, but I'd say the last 3 or 4 months he's been a factor. He's almost been the number 2 centerman on that hockey team, and they're very appreciative. And I know he just signed a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
But they were interested in possibly trading him at the trade deadline, and he said he didn't want to go anywhere. So, there were teams looking to get that veteran help, that Stanley Cup help, but he just wanted to stay where he was. Who knows? He could re-sign with Winnipeg.
That actually could have been a cool story. Here's Cates into the Hawk zone. Jams one to the net. Kicked out of there by Knight. Hawks the other way. Bedard at center ice, right wing side. Carries into the Flyer zone. That's the puck down to the end boards. Green in to try and fish it out. Ristolainen took the puck away instead. Passing up the left wing, Cates slammed into the glass in front of the penalty boxes by Renzel, but dumps the puck down into the Hawk zone, and Bedard will carry it through center. Bedard in over the Flyer line, right point, dropping it there to Frendell. And he is jostled by Connect, and he lost the puck to center ice. Hawks have to go back in their end. Gravier now in the circle to Knight's right, holding the puck as the Hawks trying to complete a line change. Sasha Poivert back on the ice. He's in his NHL and Blackhawk debut. Meanwhile, Del Mastro with a lead pass to the Flyer line. This is off the stick of Teravainen and down behind the net. Poivert there. Spins it around to his fellow Quebecer, Louis Crevier, right point. Now to Poivert in the slot. He turned the puck over as his stick is lifted off of it. Puck is sent down into the Hawk zone by Bump. Crevier with a pass up the right wing. Is over Slaggert's stick and all the way down, and icing is the call. So 12:08 left in period number 3. 5-1 lead for the Flyers. They'll get a face-off in the Hawk zone in the circle to Knight's right.
And just a quick reminder that all Blackhawks wins this season are sponsored by Circus Sports Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Mention the record of Philadelphia and Rick Tocchet, his team, 9-3-1 over the last 12 games. Done a real good job in the defensive part of the rink. They've only allowed 30 goals in that 13-game stretch. About 2.5 goals per game, not even. And tonight, just 1 goal on 22 shots.
There's Teravainen to the Flyer blue line. Backhands the puck off the left side boards deep into the zone. Drysdale carrying back up ice. Gave it to Zegras over the Hawk blue line. Drops it off. And at the line, it's shot toward the Hawk net by Tippett. Picked up by Levshunov. Back the other way. Through center ice over the Flyer line. Dropping the puck at the left point. Lardis goes between his legs with his stick and pokes the puck down behind the Flyer net. Zegras came up with it there for the Flyers. To Drysdale, who tried to clear the puck out. Was held in by Bertuzzi for a moment near the left point, but he lost the puck. And now Zegras back in the Hawk zone. Had his stick lifted off the puck by that of Alex Vlasic. Here's Levshunov behind the net. Chased down on the near side by Garnett Hathaway. Levshunov loses his stick at the left point. Here's a shot from Sealer that deflects just wide of the Hawk net. In the far corner, Bertuzzi clearing to center ice. Lardis tried to get to the puck at the Flyer line, could not. Sealer back the other way for Philly. Into the Hawk zone, top of the left circle, flips it in on goal, and the glove save made by Spencer Knight, and he'll hold it. Whistle stops play, and we'll get a face-off in the Hawk zone in the circle to Knight's right. The nastiness that I thought we might see early on in this game never really materialized here, Steve, but when Garnett Hathaway's on the ice, you kind of have to be looking over your shoulder.
Well, he finished a couple of big hits there. One on Nick Lardis, knocked the smaller Lardis down, and then he went after Tyler Bertuzzi in the corner. Remember earlier in this game we saw Ruotsalainen go after Connor Bedard and actually knock him down into the corner. Rasmus Ruotsalainen with that hit. And I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of a response from the Blackhawks. Would have been an excellent opportunity for Sasha Boisvert to go over there and, you don't have to drop the gloves, but you just have to go over there and maybe, give him a little bit of a face wash. Just send a message.
Now in the Flyer zone, Ilya Mikheyev put the puck to the right point. Rinzel to Kaiser, top of the left circle. Side steps Hathaway, carries down behind the Flyer net around to the bottom of the right wing circle. Then sticks it off the end boards. Mikheyev picks up the puck. Gave it to Rinzel right point. He swings it down to the end boards. But Andre there takes a hit from Donato, clears it away, but not out. Andre Burakovsky beside the right circle. To Rinzel, high slot. A seeing eye wrist shot was blocked in front of the net. And then Glendening is able to tuck the puck down ice into the Hawk zone between the circles, and Wyatt Kaiser has it there.
One guy who has been physical, though, is Sam Rinzel, and it's great to see because I think that's where the Blackhawks want him to improve his game. He's going to have to get a little heavier. He can do that in the offseason, but he's finishing his checks tonight.
And he's got the speed to get to the checks many times,
Yes.
And if he grows that upper body, well, I don't have to tell you. You know where I'm going with that body. Here's York into the Hawk zone on the right wing side. Hooks the puck to the corner. Grevier took it away there from Grunstrom and put the puck in behind the Hawk net. And it's dug out by Cates, who put it in front, and Andre fires a point-blank shot. Actually, Michkov did, and that was turned away. York at the right point, sticking it down behind the Hawk net. Noah Cates there. And a penalty coming up here as Frondell is knocked down by Grunstrom. Now the play getting a little messy in front of the Hawk net. It's going to be a penalty against the Hawks. Drysdale down the left wing. Bats one through the crease. It goes wide. And Frondell grabs the puck at the Hawk blue line. The whistle blows. We'll have a Flyer power play when we return. 9:11 left in period number 3. They haven't flashed the light on yet. And now they do. Flyer power play coming up after this break. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, hockey fans, this is Jeremy Roenick. The Blackhawks play here on Chicago's hockey station, WGN Radio.
Hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, a win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Charlie Romeliotis. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel ever, and it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last season after season. Connect with a local contractor or visit free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Discover the charm of Geneva, Illinois, where summer comes alive. Celebrate community and tradition at Swedish Days. Stroll through the Geneva Arts Fair filled with original art and end the season with wine and local flavor at Festival of the Vine. Enjoy a walkable downtown packed with unique shops, great restaurants, and scenic trails along the Fox River. Easy Metro access makes a day trip simple, but there's more than enough to stay and explore. Visit GenevaChamber.com.
Jiffy Lube's quick, quality 15-minute oil change service means your car will be ready before you know it. You'll find yourself saying, already ready? With Jiffy Lube, you'll be in and out in a jiffy.
Well, welcome back to Philadelphia. The Flyers hold a 5-1 lead over the Chicago Blackhawks. Goal scorers by Bump, Couturier, Barkey, Cates, and Dvorak for Philadelphia. Connor Bedard in period number 2 scored his 30th of the year, the lone goal for Chicago.
Hawks could use a shorthander right here. Face-off circle to Knight's right. And the Hawks get control. Vlasic moving up the left wing side will clear the puck all the way down. 150 on the Flyer power play. J.B. Drysdale, who came to the Flyers in exchange for Cutter Gauthier from the Anaheim Ducks, moves into the Hawk zone with the puck. Now fed it down, bottom of the right circle, and Tippett. Tippett back to Drysdale, deep slot. To Barkey, top of the left circle, back to Drysdale. A one-timer, and that's into the breadbasket of Spencer Knight, and he'll hold on. So whistle stops play. We'll get another face-off in the Hawk zone. Flyers now with 1:29 at power play time and a big lead, 5-1.
Yeah, good save, though, by Spencer Knight. A little bit of a screen in front, but the important thing was there was no rebound. Christian Dvorak, the Chicago native, who's having a pretty good game so far tonight. He's got a goal and an assist, a +2. Was looking for that rebound, but none to be had.
Dvorak wins this face-off at the left point. Drysdale to Barkey, top of the left circle, back to Drysdale now, high slot. To Barkey, left circle, then back for Drysdale. This pass deflects off of Teravainen's stick and down to the Flyer blue line. Drysdale back to get it there to Tippett. To Dvorak into the Hawk zone left point. Lost the puck. It bounded into the air, and Teravainen tried to punch it out of the zone, held in by the Flyers. Drysdale put it top of the left circle of Barkey. He fires, and that hit Kaiser and went wide, and he's down in a heap right now trying to get back up. And he is on his feet. And Teravainen to a loose puck in the far circle. Hawk end will clear it off the boards and down, and Kaiser heads to the bench immediately.
I think that must have hit his ankle, John, just by the way he went down. He's staying on the bench, which is obviously a good sign, but boy, he went down like a ton of bricks.
Here's Zegras picking up a puck at center ice and crossing a Hawk zone and firing a shot. That's into the breadbasket of Spencer Knight. He'll hold on. Did a whistle stopping play. Now 7:42 left in the third. Still 5-1 Philly. Zegras took on 4 Blackhawk players there. Managed to get away a pretty good shot on goal.
Yeah, 1-on-4. That is tough. He almost looked like Connor Bedard there, the left-handed version of Connor Bedard, because he was dancing, and that curl and drag as he shot the puck got it through past Vlasic. And another good save by Spencer Knight.
Vlasic off the draw behind the Hawk net to the puck. Will stick it around the glass and down. And in behind the Flyer net, Rasmus Ristolainen will pick up the puck and carry out to the Flyer blue line and drop it all off now to Konechny. The Cates over the Hawk line down the right wing. Pushed into the corner, but still has the puck. Flips it around to the right point to Ristolainen. To Zegras, high slot, long shot, blocked in front. Loose puck swept away to the near boards. And Mikheyev will nudge it out to center ice as Frundell is out of the box, and the Hawks are back to full strength. And this is sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics, on a relentless pursuit of better medicine. Grevier from behind the Hawk net walks the puck out in front, became entangled with Zegras and went down, but sent the puck away to the far boards. The Flyers hold it in the Hawk zone. Sealer in the left wing circle. Carries toward the net, leaves the puck there. Zegras fires, and this hit Knight and ricocheted into the far corner. Knight's lost his goal stick. Here's Konechny firing a shot from the left point. That's blocked by Mikheyev. Nazar got it at center ice. Over the Flyer line at the right point. All he can do is backhand it down to the corner. And Burakovsky tried to get to it there. He was hit by Sealer. Konechny got to the puck behind his net. Passing it around up the right wing side. And Michkov tried to hand the puck off to a teammate. This deflects instead up into the Flyer bench. So we're down to 6:21 left in the game. 5-1 Philly, and they'll keep the face-off at center ice, I believe. Right now, the linesman and one referee talking it over.
Yeah, well, down at the other end, there was just all sorts of equipment laying around goaltender Spencer Knight. He lost his stick. I think it was Nick Sealer lost his stick and his glove as he came to the net. He went hard to the net and made contact with the netminder. Good thing was the puck stayed out. And now they've sorted this out, so the face-off's off to the right of Samuel Ersson, who I've really talked a lot about him, John, in this hockey game, but he has made 22 saves on 23 shots. He's a big kid. He's a Swedish netminder, 6'3", about 200 pounds. And he's been pretty solid in this hockey game.
He certainly has. Now at the Flyer blue line, Del Mastro falls. He's able to sweep the puck away from one of the Flyers, but now Glendening into the Hawks zone to the left wing corner. Leaves the puck for Couturier. To York left point, he'll hand it off to Drysdale down the left wing side. Tried to jam it in front for Glendening and did, but the puck deflects away, and here's Sasha Boisvert the other way. Over the Flyer line at the right point, stopping there. Put it down the boards. Donato behind the net. Checked by Glendening. He kicks the puck free to Sasha Boisvert. And he had his stick lifted off the puck by Jamie Drysdale.
Boisvert getting an opportunity on that third line out there with Donato and Burakovsky and getting into it right now.
Yep. Hathaway and Sasha Boisvert, front of the benches.
Yeah.
They tug on one another's sweater, but nothing's going to happen there. I believe they'll each head to their benches. 5:41 left in period number 3. 5-1 favor the Flyers. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, Chicago fans, when the game's on the line, there's no time to waste.
Same goes for selling your house. At Jeff Buys Your House, we make it fast, easy, and stress-free.
No drawn-out showings, no waiting for months on the market.
Just a fair cash offer from a veteran-owned company that puts people first.
Don't let the clock run out. Choose the trusted source. Visit jeffbuysyourhouse.com and score your easy offer today.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Chris Chelios. What are you sipping tonight? El Bandito Yankee is a new ultra-premium tequila that is 100% pure and natural with no additives. Just 100% blue agave. El Bandito Yankee Tequila is the most flavorful Blue Weber agave in the world. Now available at Benny's, Mariano's, Jewel, and Woodman's. Go to elbanditoyankee.com to learn more about what makes us so damn good.
Thinking of painting your brick? Think again. Paint chips, peels, and traps moisture. Hi, it's Chris Balke with All City Brick Staining. Get a lasting, natural finish that lets your brick breathe. Staining not only refreshes your home or office building, with an up-to-date look, it lasts longer and increases your property's value. No peeling, no chipping. Just beautiful, vibrant brickwork for years to come. Increase your curb appeal today with All City Brick Staining. For your free consultation, visit acbstaining.com. That's acbstaining.com.
Hey Blackhawks fans, it's Connor Bedard. We're back. Time for more Blackhawks hockey.
Well, thanks, Connor. The Blackhawks, after tonight, get on a train and head up to Madison Square Garden where they play the New York Rangers, who, John, at one point after the Olympic break had points in 7 of 8 games, but they've gone stone cold the last little while. They have lost 6 consecutive games, most recently last night to the Toronto Maple Leafs. 4-3 was the score, but they will be waiting for the Blackhawks back in New York right now.
Should be an interesting night. Hawks always seem to rise to the occasion at Madison Square Garden, and a great atmosphere for Rangers games. I don't know if they've been selling out consistently with the difficult season the Rangers have been enduring here, and they're not very good on home ice, as the record would indicate, but on any given night, you just never know. The original 6 rivalries, too, by the way, I think the New York hockey fans, I think they really appreciate those.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of new faces in the New York Ranger lineup, too. A lot of rookies. I think they've got 5 rookies in the lineup currently.
Now back inside the Hawks zone behind the net. Left shin off to a loose puck, passing it ahead up the right wing side to Bedard, to Anton Frondel coming by. He backhands the puck off the right corner boards. Erson leaves it behind the net. Picked off there by Green, who tried to put it in front for Frondel. But the puck was knocked away by the goaltender, Erson. And back the other way comes Couturier. Crossing the Hawk line on the left wing. Leaves it for York, closing into a left circle. He'll shoot in and out of the glove of Knight. And then York got his own rebound, carried out the far side from behind the net and tried to wrap around. And Knight beat him to the far post with his left pad and holds the puck for a whistle.
Yeah, great second effort there from Spencer Knight, who was kind of down and out. He committed to that shot by York on the short side. York got his rebound, went around the net, and tried to tuck it in on the glove side. And just good athleticism. Great stretching there by Spencer Knight, almost in the splits, getting that left pad on that shot. And another good save from Knight.
Flyers get the draw. Couturier drops the puck in the right wing circle for Drysdale, who ran into one of the linesmen, lost the puck. Nazar back the other way. He's over the Flyer line down the right wing, fires a tough angle shot. It's turned out of there by Urson somehow. He actually looked back into the net to see if that one had beaten him.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where it was, right between the blocker, that arm, and his body.
Bertuzzi put the puck from the corner to the right point for Renzel, but it banks off his stick to center ice. Back to get it, Renzel. Head to Bertuzzi at center. To Lardis at the Flyer line on the right wing. He'll stick it down in behind the net. Pulled out of there by Emil Andre. Actually, Denver Barkey now to Trevor Zegras into the Hawks zone left wing side. Toe drag through the front of the net and then fired a backhander that hit the side of the net and goes wide.
It's a pretty nice curl and drag. And it was against the rookie. It was against Artie Levshunov, but really good patience there, holding on to the puck, almost holding it in behind his body, and just put the backhand a little high over the net.
Now Levshunov moving it up the right wing. Sasha Boisvert crossing the Flyer line. Fires a shot. It was blocked on the way in by Sanheim. And the other way come the Flyers. Denver Barkey to the Hawk blue line. Waves a backhander in on goal. Knight paws it to the ice and then gloves it ahead now to Boisvert. To Slaggert. He's over the Flyer line on the right wing. He escapes a check from Zegras. Pokes the puck behind the Flyer net. Drysdale leaving it for Zegras. And then a pass up the right wing to Matvei Michkov at the Flyer blue line. Here's Michkov. 1 against 4 Hawks. In over the Hawk line. Stopping at the left point. Fed it through left circle. And Grunstrom put the puck in front. Good play there by Ilya Mikheyev to tie up the stick of Noah Cates so he couldn't get a clean shot away.
Yeah, great stick there. Just coming back hard, being strong on his stick, and that might have been a sure goal.
Donato pokes the puck free to the near corner to Renzel. Lifts it out over the center ice circle. Cates took it away from everybody. Back into the Hawk zone. Firing from the right wing side. That's off the chest of Knight. Donato takes the puck and pokes it to the corner to himself. Then a bank pass up the right wing side. Misses Mikheyev. But Mikheyev hustling to the puck in the Flyer zone has it. Mikheyev from the right circle will roll and fire. And that was blocked by Ristolainen in front of the net. He got to the puck in the corner and clears to center ice. Kaiser got it there to Bedard across the Flyer line to the right circle. A toe drag and a shot goes over the net. Round it goes to Kaiser left point. Down to Frondell in the left wing corner. Given a rough ride down there by Ristolainen. Oh, he leaves the puck in the corner. Bedard is rocked with a check from Ristolainen. Got the puck back. Put it in front for Green. He goes to the backhand and fires, and that's turned out of there by Urson. Then the puck cleared down ice with a pawing kind of maneuver there by Ristolainen.
Yes, Samuel Urson hasn't had a lot of work. I think got 25 shots now. He's made 24 saves, but he's hit and tested with some high danger chances, especially here in the last couple of minutes, and made some pretty quality stops.
Here's Hathaway taking a pass into the Hawk zone down the right wing. Smothered in the corner by Vlasic, but flips the puck behind the Hawk net into the near corner. Glendening and Levshunov battle. Glendening got it to Hathaway behind the net. Works it around to the left point. York will take the puck, put it down behind the Hawk net. Hathaway then to Glendening. Out to Drysdale right point. Down to Glendening along the right boards to Hathaway. Put it in front for Couturier. Flips it into a wide open crease. It's turned away, and then a shot from York for the slot, and a shoulder save made by Spencer Knight. Even though the Hawks are down by 4 goals, they have not quit playing. Here's Couturier with the puck behind the net. To Drysdale, left face-off dot. He'll drop it off to Barkey, carrying down behind the net. He sends it along the left wing boards to Couturier. Back to the line now to Drysdale with 37. Drysdale to the corner will drop it off. And from the left wing circle, York fires. That goes wide. Vlasic now makes a lead pass. Here's Bedard into the Flyer zone. 1 against 4 Flyers. Stick lifted off the puck. The Flyers get it back. 20 seconds in the game. Tip it into the Hawk zone down the left wing side. Stopping on the half boards. Floats it back to Zegras at the left point. Put the puck down to the half boards. Bertuzzi took it away to Nazar center ice. To Burakovsky into the Flyer zone along the left wing boards. Checked by Emil Andre. The puck comes free, and the Flyers are going to hang on and win it. 5-1, the Flyers beat the Hawks. They outshot the Blackhawks tonight 41-26. The season series ends with a sweep for the Flyers. And the Hawks will pack it up and head to the Big Apple here tonight.